The Bears, they've got to find some other avenues to go. You boys seen them last week in terms of their goal kicking. Let's see what they can do in a massive game tonight.
Well, finals action continues here on 1FM live and local, and for the first time ever under lights we get it underway straight out of the middle of the ground. Reece Clark gets it back towards Hayes, who bombs it long. First inside 54 Kyabram, an opportunity here for Mangan. Mangan goes back to Morris. Morris spears a pass low in the Pettiford direction. One bounce, hit the deck. Couldn't quite control the footy. Numbers around it now. Is that going to be in the back? No, the umpire calls it in, blows his whistle and says that he will throw it up about 45 metres around from Kyabram's goal. We've played less than a minute in the first term with thanks to Hotondo Holmes.
Rucks go at it again. Holland got a little bit of a scoop on that one. Ball hit the deck. Plenty of players mill around it. So the Ky Bombers kicking towards the Midland Highway end of Mooroopna Recreation Reserve, bathed in the 500 lux lights. It's magnificent to see.
Yep.
What a spectacle. Huge crowd as well. An opportunity now for the Bears to clear out of the back line. Bouncing ball. Beautiful work there for Shepparton. Here comes a little boy, Rokar, off half back, drives a long ball. There's plenty of space ahead of him. Here's an opportunity. Look at the pick-up. Magnificent work there. Big tackle on Wongy. And Wong's lost the ball, and out the back, Lockie Smith has it. He'll relieve for the Ky Bombers out to centre wing.
Loose footy, centre wing. Oh, that was a big clash out wide there. Running hard at the kill. May very well have been Matt Shannon, who put his body on the line there. Causes a stop, it goes out of bounds. So, true centre wing position. Far side of the Mooroopna Recreation Reserve as our effects mic just gets some stuff done to it at the moment. Reeves and Holland go at it. Shepp win another clearance in the middle of the ground. Nick Allen, did he get one high there? Or how did he get rid of it? The umpire leaves the whistle in the pocket. This is finals footy at its best early. Big mark taken there.
Thurston has it, then drop punt. Beautiful kick inside 50, finds Mueller on a nice lead. It's the big bodies of Kyabram. They've still got pace. And it's actually the pace to burn for Shepparton. They've got some really quick players as well. So it'll be Kyle Mueller who will line it up.
You can put the time and whatever you want into Kane Pettiford, but it's blokes like this with the footies, kicked 55 the year, having a breakout year for the Bombers.
Drop punt on its way. Looks okay off the boot, straight over the goal umpire's head. Tell us how many Kyle Mueller's got.
56.
55 plus 1, 56 goals. Looking magnificent on a lead, and then goes back dub straight over the goal umpire's head. Through for the first major of the evening. Kyabram 1 straight 6. Mueller's got it. The Bears yet to score.
Now there is people here. We're getting some effects mic fixed up, but a nice goal from Kyle Mueller there. He
just sounds like us at the moment.
What's happening at the moment? We've got some. Scoreboard working? Oh no! Don't tell me.
No.
All right.
It's just because of the lights up on in here. We were being asked very nicely whether or not we wanted the light back off because we were having some issues with it earlier on. But that's okay. The ball's back in the middle of the ground. Reeves taps it down, picked up. Edwards moves around, smooth, moving to Oggie. That's a mark that usually Reece Clark eats for breakfast, but he burned off Brett really quickly, and then he hit it up to centre half forward, burst it again, sells the candy, loads up from 50, surely not. He's missed.
Oh, big Bill.
Far side, exciting bit of
How
play
good has he
there.
been in the first couple of minutes, boys?
Yeah, strong.
Just wheels around that left, Kyle.
Big body.
Bears release from fullback.
Oh,
beautiful spoil too there. And I think it was the big boy Mangan, who got the fist right in front of the Leon Williams stand. So half back for the Bears. Boundary umpire will release a boundary throw in here. We've played, 3 minutes first quarter of the second final of the day. Rokar missed it on the way through. Beautiful work out of the clearance there. Here's Sammy Sheldon dancing around 2-3. Left foot kick, not too bad. And finds his teammate. I think that might be Edwards there. He'll drive a long ball. That is a massive kick for a behind. So through for another minor. Kyabram now 1-2-8, leading the Shepparton Bears. Zippity zip at this stage, inside 50s early stages, MVD.
3-0. Switch kick out wide. Andrew Narco marks in the back pocket for the Shepparton Footy Club. We've played 4 minutes into the first term. It's been all Kyabram doing the attacking so far. Just one fast break for the Shepp Footy Club, but it was cut off by this man right here, Lockie Smith, who momentarily holds the footy. A free kick.
Harry Boyd. Harry
Jeez, he's
Boyd.
put on some size, Dick.
Yeah, he has
There's guns on him.
spent the majority of the year at Werribee.
Yeah.
Comes into the finals. You know, obviously played enough games throughout the year to qualify.
He's massive.
And in he comes.
And Matty Brett also fits that mould too. Intercept mark. Nicky Coulstock, great to see him back in the Ky footy side. That's the sort of depth that they've got where Geordie Williams comes out, Coulstock comes back in. Hopefully he can hold his spot too. The kick goes out wide, far side of the ground now. Hiscock, we know how good he can be with that left foot.
Snowy.
Chip kick now, Joel Brett inside 50, mark taken.
Johnny Bradrick.
And Johnny Bradrick gets his first set shot on goal. As from the forward pocket, that was a signature move. Rowan Hiscock right there, Kyle Power.
Yeah, it certainly is. Look, Hiscock, one of the best foots, goal kicking, field kicking in the comp. And Lace, Bradrick had an outstanding game last week.
Drop punt on its way to get the Bears underway. Not going to happen. Through for a minor. As we've got a little bit of effects, we do have a decent crowd.
Sounds good, Adam.
And now we've got the whistle blowing the whole lot. So in the full back line, it'll be Sammy Sheldon who'll do the kicking in duties for Kyabram. They lead it by 7.
That's what Shepparton are really going to have to do. They're going to have to convert opportunities. You're not going to get many set shot opportunities like that inside 50. It was a sensational bit of play.
Hayes now launches out of the back line. Beautiful mark there by the premier ruckman of the comp, Big Ash Holland. Chip kick in, board was okay. Found Nick Allen on the way through. An opportunity for the Bears. They spilt it through Rokar. Kyabram have got the numbers. Smith back to a teammate there. Barrett shocking. Kicked that one. Almost a turnover. Lukey Smith got it. Got slung. Then got a handball off to a teammate. Long ball to the goal square. Long. Hit him in the scon.
Falcon.
I think it might hit him on the scon or high up on the chest.
I think
not quite sure.
What's actually happened, I
Tell you what.
Yeah, he's lost it in the lights. That's what's happened. I've got the binoculars out because, well, as it is Murphy's Law, a lot of the play on the opposite side of the ground. It always seems to happen when we call night footy, doesn't it, Dig? Front position there, Bradrick elected to take the mark there. That's got to be holding the footy. The umpire, he's got no choice but to pay the free kick. And there's a bit of physicality out there.
I reckon that was weird. You might be able to help me out, Doug.
No, Sheldon had the free kick called against him.
Who's got the pill?
Now,
No, it was Harron Hayes, actually.
Is that Dunstan?
no, I think it might be Lloyd.
Lloyd.
We'll find out in a moment. Set shot kick on goals, pretty straightforward. It's been hooked off to the left-hand side.
It was Lloyd.
So night footy, don't we love it? We love night footy with thanks to William Adams. Down to you, Hammer.
That was actually Harry Boyd, but it does rhyme, so back to you.
Thank you. Beautiful work. You'll have to help settle on, especially on that far side. Dunstan. Oh, beautiful take by Lockie Smith. He backs back, concedes a little bit of ground. A little bit of a 1-2 chain of handballs. High ball now for Kyabram to the centre wing. Punched away by the Shepparton defenders. There's an opportunity for Rokar, but he missed all the way through. Look at the Kyabram runners. Look at Billy Burston. He bursts inside 50. Long ball looking for Pettigrew at the back, but Chetty Linden. Couple of bites of the cherry, takes it to pull back. And he does it really, really well. It's the effects at the moment.
Yep, it's the
He bloody bought it in, you idiot!
Really important intercept.
You're an idiot!
Almost goalkeeper-like at fullback.
He laid on top of it, umpire! You're a disgrace!
Was searching
That shit
for
scared, he
Matt
didn't know what to
Brett.
do with it.
Couldn't find him.
That's a Shepparton in the
That's
ruck.
going to be a block in the ruck there.
Oh!
Goes up really high. Is that going to be dropping the footy? Ogden, he wins the hard football out there. Tapped forward by Hiscock. Desperate stuff. Matty Brett puts his head over the footy. He can't extricate the pill. The umpire blows the whistle, says I'll have it. We'll have a ball up.
Jesus.
35 out, 45-degree angle.
Stiff Holland there. Genuine
That
story.
is just every day of the week. It's tunnelling. It is.
Absolute class around that football.
Where did you come from?
And it'll be a free kick to Kyabram. Not sure what for. It's Paddy Weirden who's got the kick.
He's
Got a raking left foot, similar to Billy Burston. He's usually superb by foot. Is Paddy Weirden. I think it's just going to be to the right-hand side. Only slightly hooked it and through for a minor. 1-3-9. Kyabram, Shepparton Bears, 2 behind.
You'll earn your shower tonight, boys. Kyle Power's done a couple of double headers. I think MVD has done a couple of double headers across the journey, but your first double header.
Triple.
You've done a triple? Oh,
Yeah.
it's grand final day.
Juniors, the whole
Of
lot.
course, yes, exactly right. The day into night footy, I was thinking, Digger, wondering if you'd ever done that before.
Yes.
Yep, of course. Well, how dare I? As Nick Coulstock went to take the intercept mark, Rocky Smith is tackled by a pack of wild dogs. And he doesn't like the additional attention and to his teammates. Reece Clark's in there like a bulldog really quickly to just peel off Shepp Bears. They get off him.
Tackle to hurt.
Jakey Reeves smashes it forward beautifully. It fell to Axel Childs. They handballed into Whitford, but he's wrapped up in a big tackle, and King for holding the ball. Good tackle, Dave Stretton. Got it now with the yellow wheels, goes to the outer centre wing position.
That's
Wong
a
got a
free kick.
shove.
That's a free.
Should have been a free kick. Play on was the call from the umpire. Kyabram now out the back. We're able to get it forward. Is Pettifer on hands and knees, trying to work it forward really close to the boundary line. He goes at it again, does Kane. Scoops up a little handball, could have been paid a throw. Umpire said play on. Still plenty of players getting it going. A little chip kick there by Gemmell. Mueller up, has to be good. Oh, almost good work. Mitchie Brett was able to get a fist on it. Out the back now, the boy Dunstan with the man bun. Back pocket, goes to the half-back line. It's going to be coughed up. I reckon that might be...
Mangan's taken the mark there. Oh, almost intercept there. Coulstock was the intended target. It was stripped out of Holland's hand. Oh, geez, Reece Clark's been on absolute fire so far. Teddy Linden, desperate stuff. On all fours there. Gets the pill. Comes back the other way. Andrew Narco's got it all to do now. Picked up. Oh, beautiful stuff there by Mitch Brett. Brett finds a target out right here. Can he control the footy? Yes, he can, Matty Shannon. He picks it up, spears the pass down low. Oh, well done. A full stretch there. Bradrick.
How good's this bloke?
Oh,
he's a big fan of him.
He's fantastic, isn't he? He short passes it back. Jonty Wardle now had a little bit of work to do. He gets it on the half volley. Really good pass to Nicky Allen.
Allen now, handball inboard to Stretton. Gathers it and goes for a bit of a jog. He's got players on everywhere. Here's Lukey Smith. Chip ball. It's going to be working for Wong. No, an opportunity here for the Bears at ground level. Not going to work. Have a look at the Kyabram defenders in absolute numbers. Barrett out the back was able to pass it off to Lockie Smith. They're out. Mangan's got a bit of work to do. Up against Rokar. I'll give it to the speedster. Well done, Brad Mangan. Was able to handball it forward to Childs. Handball over to a teammate now on the wing. Looks like Gemmell. Might not be. Might be Coulstock instead. No, it is Gemmell. The handball inboard was okay to a teammate there. Here's an opportunity for Reece Clark under the pump. Now it's actually Brad Edwards. Edwards to go to Clark doesn't work, but he's cleaned up in a tackle. Umpires paid a free kick. We'll just wait and see who it's going to go to.
It was downfield. Roe Hiscock's just been a little bit late.
Reece Clark with the result.
He's
free
on
kick.
fire.
And he bombs it now, or he spears it in. And I've said it quite a few times across the journey to you how underrated a player this bloke is, Reece Clark. That not his best kick there, but Dunstan, really good intercept mark. Important 1-2. Loose footy. Who wants it more? Oh, attacked it really hard, did Matty Shannon. Gathers it well. Tunnel handball out towards Brett. He ran it too far. As a matter of fact, he ran it out of bounds. Just went over. He tried to hold it in.
Yeah, he tried to milk it almost.
Unfortunately for him, the boundary umpire was only about 2 metres away and could see it perfectly.
13 minutes in. Kyabram 1-3-9. Hot game this one. Shepp Bears two behind. As the effects coming from behind us rather than in front of us. Boyd was able to tap it down. Here's an opportunity now for the Bears at ground level. Not going to work for Hiscock, and he's just going to toss the ball back to the central umpire.
Yes, you're right about that.
In the right direction, Adam.
Central umpire goes again now. Jakey Reeves got the tap.
That's
Beautiful
too high.
High against Davies. No, play on was the call. Call the footy. Here's Jonty Wardle. 1, 2, 3 taps. Back to Stretton. Half back to Bears. That one to Lukey Smith. Chip kick perfect to Hiscock. Right in front of the commentary box. Has it now. Squares it up looking for Nick Allen. You've got to go, Nick. Nick goes for it. Oh, Jason Morgan came through like a freight train. Was able to gather it on the rebound. Ping should have been ping for holding the ball. Umpire said play on. Plenty of Ky players around it. Reece Clark gathers it now. On his preferred left boot, goes to the wing. Big, lumbering. Jakey Reeves gathers it, goes up to half forward. Close to the boundary line. Mitch Brett's there with Lukey Morris. And in the like a lag doll, and this game is boiling over. There it is, up and about.
You can tell what Shepper had to do.
about here.
Tackle hurt, bit of aggression around the
It's
field.
just, look, it's nothing dirty.
Final
It's,
footy.
it's the physicality, and that's what you've got to bring to the contest. But at the moment, I'm just going to say this, the rub of the green as far as free kicks are concerned is definitely with Ky here at the moment. Gee, there's been a few where, I guess, in terms of consistency, the umpires just Well, they put the whistle away. I've always been like, a free kick, just pay it. Loose footy inside
Free
50.
kick,
There's a
Kyabram.
free
Yep,
kick
Mueller.
going to
Mueller.
and that's a ticky touchwood free kick right there.
Well,
goes back the other way. Goodness gracious me.
AJ's free kick counts 2-all.
Yeah, well, you've
Yep.
got to start paying them the whole game. You're going to start in the first quarter, you've got to set a tone, Digger, and you've got to pay them for the rest of the game.
But you
So
can't,
according to that,
you can't not pay one for a bloke basically getting a headlock.
Dubs up
Drop
and
it
about.
into the
Mueller.
ground, and then you get one for chopping the arms, the kick on its
Got
way.
it, goal.
He never, ever seems to make a mistake. I'd love to see his kicking accuracy stats for this year,
Oh,
because I tell you what, as far as set shots are
yeah,
concerned, it would have to be, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
You give a task to Michael Van Dorser, and he's one bloke who will leave no stone unturned to try and get
Football,
that
Monsters,
statistic.
ball!
A little bit of something.
He's not turning any stones.
I'm not doing a big guys next year. I'm just following Kyabram
see-
and do Kyle Mueller's
Efficiency.
efficiency, please.
For the whole year.
2-3-15.
We'll go with that, eh?
2-3-15. Kyabram, the Shepparton Bears 2 points, with thanks to Hatondo Holmes, ball back in the middle.
And 2 goals to Mueller as well.
Correct.
Star.
Ball back in the middle of the ground. Holland won the tap down. Straight down towards Davies, who got it taken off him. The kick inside 50 now came from Mangan, and
She's just
leading
quick.
out like a freight train, built like a jockey. Unbelievable.
This bloke
He's just so
Mueller.
dynamic an
He
athlete.
is a super player.
He just, over that first 5 metres, has that burst of speed
Yep.
and dangerous stuff.
He's hot.
He
Andrew
lines
Narco's
up
got
for
problems.
goal number 3 directly in front. He should make no mistake. If what we said before has any weight in it, it does. He splits the middle. That's goal number 3. And, well, when this is the strength of Kyabram right here, when you've got forwards as dangerous as Kane Pettifer and Hayden Gemmell inside that forward 50 and Kyle Mueller, who do you shut down with thanks to William Adams-Ag? It's down to you, please, Hamish Sneak.
Just a quick one from my perspective down here on the ground. I'd be looking, if I was back camp, I'd be looking for someone seriously to lock down Kyle Mueller, because whoever's on it isn't doing a great job.
Andrew Narco's on him at the
Yeah,
moment.
he's quick. He's that first 5 metres out of the middle now. Luke Morris hammers the ball up to half forward. Good punch away that time by Liam Dogood. Now off half back the Bears go. Brett up to Joel Brett, looking for him on the wing. Ky have plenty of numbers at ground level. Now an opportunity for a handball. Jace Morgan has it on the wing. Inboard with an even further handball. They go up to half forward, really close to the boundary line in the end. Hayden Gemmell watches it go over. In fact, it's gone over and out of bounds on the full. And the Bears will take the resultant free kick. Looks like Liam Dogood from here.
Yep, I'd say you're
In
right.
front of the
Digger.
Leon Williams stand. Again, that darker sort of pocket,
Patch.
if you like.
Yep, I'll just
Chip
pull
it
out the
in board.
lookers here.
He'll
And then
chip it in board and find Mitchy Brett,
He
who'll
certainly will.
square it up and find Andrew Narco.
He's
There's
got
the
his press lead.
commentary side. They certainly do.
All happening.
This kick has to be spot on. Joel Brett flew. That has to be a free kick against Joel Brett, just for an unrealistic attempt. And in the back, it'll be a free
Now,
kick to Kyabram.
In the blink of an eye, Dick,
Yeah.
the game is starting to
It's
really
on, it's
open
teetering,
up.
it's teetering.
Yeah.
Edwards now finds Ogden, who's straight off the interchange.
Lovely kick.
Forward pocket, kick to Pettifer. Absolute class.
Yep, and
They're just chasing tail at the moment, the Bears. Pettifer will line it up in front of the Surrey and McLennan. No, that's over that side.
Yeah,
This is the Parsons Pavilion,
Parsons.
my apology. I'd hate to get it wrong in front of the Mayor of Mooroopna.
they embraced you when they got when you got here today, MVD.
They
The
rolled out
locals,
the
they
red
just
carpet.
got right around you.
Yeah, I'm parking out on the beach with us service. That's how well they've embraced me.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I know all about it as Kane Pettifer has the footy for goal number 89 in front of the Parsons stand. The kick had to be
Better than that.
pinpoint accurate. It's a tough pocket to kick goals from. With thanks to William Adams-Ag down to the boundary.
Just a quick one. Kyabram's Luke Morris has gone off with an ankle injury. He's receiving treatment currently. Not sure if he'll be back on, but it looks pretty serious. So a big out for Kyabram.
That could potentially be off the back of that additional little bit of attention that Mitch Brett gave him in that tackle over the line there, a bit of physicality, and that could potentially be quite a nasty result for his night.
Speaking of Brett, does the kicking in duties for Shep. Looks like he's going to come back through. Cool Stock was able to get it going, but the Bears have plenty of numbers in the back line. Bit of a 1-2 there with Dunstan. Umpires play,
James
James played a
Wong.
free kick. It's Jimmy Wong, but too
Long
high.
way from home.
Back pocket, and he certainly is. They want him further up the ground, there's no doubt about that. Now Dunstan, well, he almost decided to play it on. Now he did. He's almost coughed it up. Beautiful work by Edwards. Don't the old don't argue.
fend off.
But you can't do the fend off in the GV, obviously, JW.
Oh, you
It's
can.
made
It's
against
too
him.
high. You can, but just not above the shoulder.
Fair enough. Mitchy Brett
So
will take
very,
the free.
very fortunate they were, Shep. You can't butcher the footy in the back half like that. The game will get
Especially
away from
against
you
Pike.
very, very quickly. They're already 20 points down, and you know when James Wong's getting possessions inside defensive 50 that the Shep Footy Club are in damage control, which is what they are at the moment. They need to get a goal back themselves. We've gone 20 minutes into the first term here of this qualifying final, this epic battle between first and second here in the Gotave Goulburn Valley Footy League. And there is, anywhere you are around the ground, signature Lockie Smith contested mark right there. One of the best in the business.
As good as it gets. I thought Holland might have got a bit of a shove, but beautiful mark. Oh, lovely work there by Matty Brett. Was able to shrug Gemmell aside. Now dish off a handball to Roker. Interesting kick, but it works. Now to Benny Davies, off half-back. He did this all last week on a Saturday night. He just ran. Here's an opportunity for the Bears. The handball in border. Shannon made him really work for it. Centre half-back, Kyabram. Look at Reece Clark. They're just doing it on the bit at the moment. The chip kick was smothered, but it worked for Ogden. He handballed it and then got a little bit of a loose tackle there against him, but it wasn't paid. Rokar in the middle of the ground does the old 360 handball back. Now, Luke Smith has to be a good kick, and it is. Half forward for the Bears.
Yeah, really important here, doubling back. James Wong lost his opponent just momentarily. It's going to be a high footy. This usually suits Ky, but Hiscock
Does he make the distance, Doug?
I tell you what, he's got to just about wheel around onto his left and have a shot from distance. He does. It doesn't make the distance. The ball's alive at the goal face right now. An opportunity here for Shepparton. Umpire says numbers over the footy.
No prior.
And I will ball it up as the effects mic seems to be pointing at the netball court.
You'd almost be thinking now
Morris
Shepparton would have
down on.
They nearly need to kick a goal from this forward position, Kyle.
Yeah,
The ball deep in their forward pocket.
Stem the flow
At least get a score. So the ball up now in the goal square. Let's see what the Bears can do. Harry Boyd's there, knocking it down. Plenty of players under the ground. Here's an opportunity. No, not a free kick paid. Instead, plenty of players mill around it.
Give it an Academy Award.
21 minutes gone. Look, there's not a great deal between these two sides at the moment. I guess Ky have... Oh, here we go. There's a free kick inside 50 here. They're not going to pay the advantage. It's going to go the way of...
Lloyd.
Now...
No, Boyd.
What is the umpire actually signalling where he's doing the double arm?
I think he's signalling the fend off in the ruck was probably high by the look of it.
Definitely Harry Boyd.
The way that he's demonstrating there to Jake Reeves. I reckon that's probably the way that he's gone.
Thank you, Michael. I think that makes sense as well, as Boyd will line up. He had a set shot opportunity from a similar position and he hooked it.
Key inclusion he's
He
been already
must kick this right now and go! The Shepp Footy Club open their account in this qualifying final. 1v2 here. Mooroopna Recreation Reserve, 23 gone, first term. And finally, the Shepp Bears are on the board. Hollywood Power.
Yeah, good start for a really hot start to the game of football. Ky probably handling the expectation a little bit better at the moment, but once the game gets to flowing, and we'll see a different game of footy, I reckon, in the second quarter. But nice guy. He started very well, Harry Boyd. I like him. Big man.
Into the ruck now.
Yeah, just a big, young, strapping lad. I think he's going to play a lot of VFL footy.
He's excelled this year by making it to that Werribee side. He would have learned a lot playing with, two AFL footballers. So as they go at it again, he got it down, but little Liam Ogden was able to hammer a ball into the forward line. Bit of a shove out by Gemmell. Does the umpire pay it? No, he doesn't. Mark to Hayden Gemmell. Play on now. He just delivers the ball to Mueller, flying through like a second slipper. He could have got a shove, didn't pay it. The umpire down the forward pocket, all wrapped up. 25 around from the Ky goal. Geez, he went hard at that, Mueller.
Just a thought about that. Maybe we can have a chat about it during the pre-game tomorrow. But with the VFL Development League proposed to be finishing up next year, you'd expect a fair few more players to want to flood back to country footy. And now with the point system in place,
it's going to be hard.
It's going to be an interesting... It's going to be interesting for AFL Victoria. I think they'll have some sorting out to do if that is the way things go, as that does sound the quarter-time siren right there. And it's Kyabram 3-4-22. And really importantly, Boyd with that late goal for the Shepp Bears brings it back to 1-2-8 here. Definitely manageable. It's just 14 points at quarter time.
Boys,
With thanks to
Beautiful
AJ's, just quickly, Cole Mueller, 20 years of age.
Yep,
Great
thank
work,
you very,
Michael.
very
I'd love
much.
to know what Morgan and Brett sort of into it.
Same
at
age as
quarter
his jumper.
time.
Yeah, well, it's a hot game of footy, as you mentioned, Kyle. Very much looking forward to this second quarter. With thanks to Shepparton Optical Services, Reeves in the ruck up against Holland. Oh, I'll give that one to Reeves. Out of the middle now. Rokar was there. Beautiful work. Aaron Hayes got the Sharon forward for Kyabram. Off the back of the square, Dugood went really hard. Big tackle on Axel Childs. Jeez, he goes hard. He knows no other way, does Liam Dugood. And at centre half back, the umpire comes across, crosses his arms, and he'll ball it up.
Again, it just seemed that Axel Childs had prior opportunity. There was, that moment where he's decided to take the tackler on and hasn't disposed of it correctly. So I'm not quite sure the right decision was paid there. But anyway, we'll move on very quickly from that. Mueller, bit of clever work, just sockers it forward there. Brett, did he get one high? They want holding the footy here. You see Ky forwards everywhere, just with the arms out saying, umpire, give us something. Nothing doing. Ball up.
Forward pocket here for the Bombers. Big punch down there. Shepparton have it. Big, high ball. Underneath it, Davies was able to get it going. Now, Kyabram, plenty of numbers at the back of the pack, at the fall of the ball. Here's an opportunity for Shepparton, though, really quick through Hiscock. Handball to Joel Snowy Brett, up to half forward. Leading the chase here, though, was Lockie Smith. Look at that handball. Perfect to Morgan. The handball conceded a little bit of ground. They'll just steady the ship here. Paddy Weirden has it on half back. What does he decide to do with it now? In front of the 500 Lux lights at Mooroopna Rec Reserve.
You love that, don't you?
Beautiful word. I love it. Centre wing. Here's an opportunity for Ky. They're going to get it going. Here's Ogden on the left boot. Inside 50. Pettifer's there. Mueller's at the back. Here's a chance now. Mangan, he's just going to get it forward to Pettifer.
Yep.
And he will eat this one up. Chase Pettifer. Goal to Kyabram out the back. He just held off. He had the smarts. He backed his teammate in to win the footy. And then the handball went forward from Brad Mangan. And Kyabram registered goal number 4. And they move along to 4-4-28. The Shepparton Bears a 1-2-8. Pettifer has his first.
Said they had another couple of gears, I thought, leading into this game, Kyabram. They're not quite
scary.
full.
What do you reckon they're going at?
I reckon the
Third?
last month they've been tracking at 4.
In gear 4.
Yep. Yep.
I reckon they
So
would have
that's goal number 89 to Kane Pettifer
They're
for the
seriously
season.
good dig.
Ball
I agree.
back in the middle of the ground. Liam Ogden wins a contested footy. He edges the ball forward here, the half-forward flank. Important one for the Shep Footy Club to win. They've got the numbers there. Gemmell, he's not going to make it easy for them, though. They release out the back. Dugood by hand, went to Brett. Brett's kick gained about 50 metres. Clever right along the line there. Oh, really good work out wide there. It looked as though it might have been Boyd. It was again, who's probably been one of the better players on the ground for Shepparton so far tonight.
Their only goal kicker, centre wing. Good tap down there by Holland. Davies is there also. Childs now. Too close to the boundary line. He takes it over.
With thanks to him, Adam
Boundary
Zag.
throw in.
Hammer just noticing Lukey Morris looking like might be coming back on.
He's looking good. Walking around, not too bad. Slight limp, but he should be going back on. He was receiving fairly considerable treatment from the trainers at Kyabram. I'm just having a chat to Paul Newman now, so he looks like he's going back on.
Boundary umpire launches it back in, and Jakey Reeves, that signature move, that big volleyball spike that he loves to do. Gained about 25 metres. That is an elite pass there. Finding the chest of big Billy Burston, who's pretty neat by foot usually. This time in the hole, importantly, is Dugood again. Doing well in defence, taking the intercept mark. He shorts it in back there.
Out to the wing they go now, Stretton. Beautiful work up to half forward. That was brilliant pace to Hiscock.
Now, can I just, a little bit of housekeeping here. Was that Nick Rokar who's changed jumper number to number 24?
Potentially we'll get Hammer onto it. The kick in, beautiful to Joel Brett.
Yes, you are right.
Am I right?
Yep.
Is it Joel Brett though?
24. Rokar.
Yes, it is Joel Brett who has the Sharon with him.
Yes,
I
certainly
just
is.
questioned a bit. The lights.
Everyone in their books.
So
on the ground
he
there.
will line it up.
He must have got his jumper torn, Digger.
Must have. 40 metres out from goal.
Claret.
Directly in front, Joel Brett. Just to stem the bleeding just a little bit. He crosses the 50, won't be a goal. He's shanked it off to the left-hand side and through for a minor. The Bears get one. 139 Shepparton, trailing Kyabram 4-28. The winner takes on
Mangan on his
Seymour
own.
next
I
week.
haven't seen him yet.
Yep, and for a shot in the big dance, that is what the rights are on offer for here tonight. As the short pass back from Hayes up the line was met by a pack of players. As
Crowd getting
the
involved.
amber liquid starts to flow here at Mooroopna. There's been no trouble this whole final series so far, so we say thank you to the patrons for drinking responsibly. As another nothing play here, hard contested footy going nowhere, about 75 out from Shepparton's goal. We played 5 minutes into the second term, of course, with thanks to Shepparton Optical Services.
Holland climbed high, got it down to the veteran in Allen, who swung around and got boot on ball. Almost inside 50, just pitches on the 50. Harry Boyd went a second time, didn't work. Joel Brett fossicking in really hard, trying to extract it, nothing doing. Attacking 50 for the Bears in front of the Parsons Pavilion. Players clear, umpire about to reset.
Bit of niggle dig in this.
Ball up. You'd hope so.
Yep.
That's what you want to see.
Nig.
Now, Boyd gets the tap down. Morgan, like a freight train. Big tackle put on him. Should have been pinned, I thought. That's beautiful work by Matty Brett. Here's Hiscock. 35 out from goal. Beautiful reply from Rowan Hiscock. And the Bears get a big goal at a key moment in the game. And that's exactly what the doctor ordered if you're a Bears Shepparton supporter. 2-3-15. Rowan Hiscock, very neat on that left foot, JW. You comment week in, week out when you watch him play. And that was a lovely finish. Kyabram 4-4-28. Kyle Power.
Yeah, Reece Clark coming off. Not too sure if he's... he's all right.
Winded or so?
Yeah, he's all right. Morris is certainly not right. He's ginger proppy. So they've got some little injury concerns. But so you are right. Rowan Hiscock, left foot, he's a certainty.
Rare goal this year.
That was a class finish there. It certainly does. And an X-Factor player like Rowan Hiscock is what needs to turn it on here now. A snap back the other way here. Really dangerous. Did Morris get a finger to it?
Look how ginger Morris is running in.
Yeah, he certainly is on that ankle.
Yep.
He's kind of got a bit of a limp up, doesn't he? As Mitch Brett has it. The behind scored very, very quickly in the blink of an eye. But Rowan Hiscock, as I was trying to get out there, stumbling with the words a little bit, a sense of occasion, just getting to the big J-dub. Calling final number 35.
All about me. You know, sign, Mitch Brett, fullback has it. I won't let it get to me.
Dear, oh dear.
Brett now in front of the Surrey in McLennan Centre. Deep back pocket, drives the ball to the interchange, goes over the line and out of bounds. With thanks to William Adams, Zag down to you, Hammer.
Another jumper change, as you'll see, is Nick Rokar's now wearing number 25. So Bears keeping it interesting for us. Appreciate that.
So he's gone
from lotto numbers.
He's gone from we need
2 to 24 to 25.
Ms. Van Dorsler.
Oh no!
To call the lotto numbers. Yes.
Does it all himself. Does big Harry. Goes up to half forward. Look at Morgan. He knows no other way. Lukey Smith, big tackle put on him.
How big?
Oh, that's a big tackle by Whitford and Ping for holding the ball. You know what? Any other day, Luke Smith makes that run, gets tackled but breaks it.
Yep.
But not tonight. Whitford, magnificent
Great
tackle
to
by
see him
Kyabram.
lay one like that.
That's
too,
why
Whitford.
they are so strong. Edwards now back to Whitford. He doesn't know what to do with it. Does the old 360 and then slips over and mucks it up. Good pressure from the Bears. Here's an opportunity to do good. They're just going to play on. Good work, Lukey Smith on the left boot. This kick has to stick. Almost an opportunity now for Matty Shannon. He's a little bit injured, but he's going okay. Here's an opportunity for Ash Holland. Ball hits the deck, Stretton. Dishes it out now to Rokar. Rokar from 50. Long.
Big goal.
Oh, goodness me. He's banged the post.
Oh, no. Jeez.
As you just step into the momentum shift going on here at the moment. And Shepp, well, that Lockie Whitford moment right there.
That goes through, goodness me.
He was absolutely under siege. And that's what we've got to do, just unrelenting attack. It needs to continue. Dunstan found front position. He couldn't quite hold on to it, though. Was that a high tackle there? Oh, dealt with it whilst he didn't have the footy. That's got to be a free kick.
on you, Morgan!
And a little bit of remonstration comes back to Jason Morgan, who probably,
everywhere.
I reckon, after what was heard at quarter time, didn't like the treatment of Luke Morris. And he's just thought, okay, two can play at that game. That's one of those ones in the AFL where the head actually can hit the ground at times and can concuss the player. So it's a really dangerous kick, very late, totally unnecessary, and a 100% the right decision for the umpire to pay the free kick on this occasion. So Smith now will shoot from 45 metres out, directly in front. The kick looks pretty damn good off the boot. It splits the middle. And Shepp get 2 on the bounce right now. As well, the crowd is really starting to get it served up here. Finals football. It's okay. There's a little bit of physicality,
and I reckon there's a free kick being paid here too out of the centre.
There is,
and it's going away of Ky.
No, I think it's going Shepp's way.
Okay, and it's going to be 50. Is it downfield?
No, it's another kick.
Another kick on goal.
No, it's not. It's 50. Well, it's from the 50-metre line.
And a 50-metre penalty.
It'll be Matty Ryan who takes it.
Goodness gracious me, in the blink of an eye, just like that. It's back to 7 points, Digger.
I was just about to say the score, 4-5, Kyabram, 3-4.
Matt Ryan, sorry.
Matthew Ryan, a long. Wowee! 4-4-28 Shepparton. 1 point behind Kyabram, 4-5-29. In the blink of an eye, as you said, JW, the game has turned on its head with a couple of uncustomary, undisciplined acts from Kyabram. Have led to 2 goals to the Bears, and now we have a ball game.
Yeah, uncustomary. You're certainly right, Paul.
We don't normally see Ky under pressure giving away 50 free kicks, but they're into them. They're into the heads, I reckon, of the Bombers at the moment. The Bears,
is finals football, boys.
Yeah, they're hot.
Oh, let's fire up here. 1 point difference as Reeves, he knocks it straight down to the ground now, out of the middle. Davies, another free kick off the footy. It's going the way of Kyabram, and it'll go the way of Nick Coulstock, I believe. It will. He dishes off the hands now to Sam Sheldon. Sheldon up to centre half forward. Weirden now. He's usually so good with the pill. He spears it inside 50 here. With all to do there was Mangan. He did well. He dished it off towards Whitford. Whitford straight to guess who? Kyle Mueller's already got 3.
Mueller.
And whenever this side gets challenged, they just go to whatever gear you want them to. This cruise control. They're unbelievable.
Cole Mueller
from the centre clearance. Kyle Mueller now will line it up. But that kick from Whitford, he could have blazed away then. And he just lowered his eyes and kicked to Mueller. We'll get to you in a moment, Michael Van Dorsa. Here's the kick. And no.
Helicopter.
Tell you what, he only just struggled to get that in.
Right
across the face.
A point? Yeah, he didn't say it was going to be a goal.
I didn't say what
exactly
it would be.
Right. That's right.
4-6-30 Kyabram. 4-4-28 Shepparton.
That is an absolute roost into the middle of the ground, almost on the half volley. Trapped it well. He certainly was very clever there. Rokar had to get rid of it quickly. Did Brett. In doing so, he turned it over to Whitford. Whitford went to Smith. Smith went out wide here. Hot contest. It comes out Shepp's way. Snowy Brett. He just needs to find a target inside 50. He can't. Bradrick runs at the footy really hard there. Was that high contact on Coulstock? Probably could have been a free kick to him. The ball hits the deck. We're going to get a stop here. And they blundered what was a really good opportunity there. Shepparton just had to find a target, did Snowy Brett, with that kick coming inside.
Matt Shannon just went at it one-handed. He takes that mark. He has a shot 30 metres out. That's how close it is. Holland gets the tap down. Beautiful work there by Smith. No, Vic it was. Now the kick coming forward to the goal square. Stretton's there. No. Ball over the line and out on the full.
He's been quiet tonight, Stratton.
Yeah, he's finding it hard to sort of break open and find any space, isn't he?
With thanks to William Adams, Ag down to the boundary.
Jess, you mentioned those big kicks, Darwin, as well as Kyle Mueller's missed shot. There's a fair considerable gust of wind that's blowing towards the Midland Highway.
Okay.
That kick check then, looking for Luke Smith. Well done, Whitford. Went once, went twice. Was able to get it big. Tackle to Sheldon.
That's going to be high.
No, it's been waved play on by the umpire. Barrett now pinned foul in the ball. Umpire's lost a little bit of control. Allen all cleaned up in the process. In the kick from downfield.
And
Stretton will have it. And Nicky Allen on the ground. Trainers rush out to him. You'll be okay.
It's coming both ways, isn't it? This physicality.
Tough game.
Oh, look, it certainly is, but yeah, you just don't want it tipping over the edge, do you?
No, and it won't. They're both professional footy clubs.
Yeah.
Stretton will line it up. We've got the perfect angle here. 48 metres when he makes purchase. Crosses the 50 now. Half forward flank, kick on its way. It needs to work. That's a ripping goal from Dave Stretton. And all of a sudden the Bears have hit the front. They've come to play. Shepparton 5-4, 34. Stretton gets his first. Kyabram 4-6-30. And
Guess
out
what?
of nowhere,
I'll tell you what, Digger.
The Bears.
are in front, as
They
I
certainly
said.
are like killing Bambi. If you knock Nicky Allen, they'll come for you. He's a club favourite, we know, at the Bears, but they're under the pump here, Kai. There's no doubt about it. Similar to what
We know how
last
they
time
respond.
they played.
Yeah.
We know how they respond, so we wait for it.
We certainly will, as Coolstock goes hard in the middle of the ground. He tapped it forward there. It was picked up by Smith, who's held a really hard tackle. Oh, the arm just slid up high, so the umpire paid the high free kick. Nicky Allen wanted advantage. Umpire says no. Back to Smith, careful by foot. Big inclusion for the Shepp Footy Club. We know what a year he's had. Now look out, Dave Stretton. We said he was quiet. He's kicked the goal, and then he's just lit with a couple of disposals in a row there. Now Morgan, he was under so much pressure. He just handballed in hope there. Bradrick spun around in a circle, picked up by Gemmell. Gemmell wanted the line. He's going to find it.
Great pressure,
Good
Bears.
ball game here.
Yep, great pressure.
Kyabram are going to come. They're going to lift. There's no doubt about it. They only know one way. But the Bears have certainly lifted the intensity around the ball.
Pettifer right up. Look where he is. He's with us boys here on the wing.
Boundary throw in almost in front of the Pastors Pavilion. He tosses it back in now. About 80 from the Bears goal. Holland went the tap over the back. Gemmell went hard. Probably, maybe got a free kick there, but the play on was the call. Here's a chance for Davies. Quick kick. Who wants it? Hot spot. Oh, Lockie Smith goes really hard. You know there's only one way. Where's Clark? Back now to Barrett. Barrett chips a little ball to Aaron Hayes. He had to make him work, and he is in the deep zone of defence. What does he do with the kick? Deep back pocket.
Pressure.
On the commentary side. Chips it across. Finds a teammate, and I reckon that might
It's
be Mangan.
Mangan. It is down deep.
Wow,
It's almost the polar opposites of the first quarter now, isn't it? Where Kyabram are the ones on the ropes here in this heavyweight title fight. Almost Mayweather-McGregor-like, except nobody's getting $250 million here tonight. The footy back in the middle of the ground there. Hot contested. It's a 50-50 ball. Well done, Reece Clark off the deck. Over to Sam Sheldon. Sheldon out wide now on a long searching lead there was Pettifer. The kick comes inside 50 to Mueller. Hits him on the TI
that's 50.
chest.
That is 50.
And that is totally unnecessary there. It might have been undisciplined work by
Lindo.
big Tedwar Linden.
Need to be better there, Linden. I think the captain going to show a little bit more smart. Kyle Mueller's absolute certain goal here, Dig. Dare I say it?
Well, he doesn't kick that
Don't.
one. I'm definitely writing this one in the book, Kyle.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
But anyway, as he goes,
Bang.
And bang.
Sausage.
So this is how they respond. They get it going on their terms now, Kyabram. They kick the goal just to slow the game down a little bit. I mean, Shepp were on fire there, JW, in 4 minutes, kicked 3 goals. But they get the response through Mueller, who's now kicked 4. Score check, 5-6-36. Kyabram back in front. Bears challenging, 5-4-34.
And that's just Kane Pettifer right there. We spoke to Paul Newman a couple of weeks ago. We spoke to many Kai people across the journey that always speaking the praises of Kane Pettifer, being prepared to do the team thing. We know he sits on 89 goals here. I mean, what an individual effort it would be to become a centurion in this league. But, he's just prepared to do the team things.
Yeah.
As the ball back in the middle of the ground here. Edwards, how long did he have it for? Too long, according to the umpire.
Hold on that tonight.
Well, he dropped it. They weren't so much so in the first quarter. And I reckon they've had a bit of a chat at quarter time and they've said, you know what?
We're going to stamp it.
Yeah, we're going to have to stamp it. Dunstan now. What can he do with it? He's under pressure in the middle of the ground. He's got to get rid of it. Vic had him corralled. The kick was really bad. Chopped off by Aaron Hayes.
Hayes now bounces off the half-back line. Long ball here. Lukey Morris in the forward line. Took the front position. Here's a chance for Pettifer. Wrapped up in a big tackle. And Pink for holding the ball.
That's a great tackle.
And he's just having a word to the umpire and saying, I reckon I got a hand on that one. But Liam Dogood, how good a tackle was that? Now to Teddy Linden. Comes to the commentary side. This kick has to be A1. It is to Matty Shannon. Now he just strolls through Mooroopna Rec Reserve looking for Wong. Might have been held. Gets it on the rebound. Missed it on the way through. Joel Brett. Sammy Sheldon in and out of traffic.
He's been good.
Oh, how good a kick was that. Beautiful work to
geez.
Brad Edwards. And Kyle release half-back outside.
Mouth-watering.
Yeah, really good skills there, awareness, and the ability to execute what he needs to know. happen, and he just works his way out of heavy traffic there. As the chip kick goes out wide. Good body there came from Gemmell. It's sort of a nothing kick over the top. Gemmell's got 2 to beat, and it looks as though the boundary line's going to beat everyone. No, it doesn't. Shepparton keep it in. Really good defence in the end there.
Stretton.
This way, that away goes Stretton. A chip pass onto the chest of Dunstan now, who's really starting to come into the game here. He's got it at centre half back. He elects to switch. Jonty Wardle takes the mark out wide, looking for Brett. Brett takes the mark in front of the Surrey and McLennan Centre here. We've played 20 minutes into the second term with thanks to Shepparton Optical Services.
Whoa!
Nothing
Bit of unnecessary contact there.
Mitchy Brett just
He's
throwing.
up and about Hollywood Power.
Wow, so
Score.
Mitchy Brett.
Score from the A-grade netball, guys. 46 Kyabram, Shepparton 39.
Oh, it's a close one. 7 goals.
Humdinger.
As the
Thanks
boundary,
to AJ's.
the boundary in front of the Shepparton interchange will toss it in. The boundary umpire, that is. Boyd and both ruckmen, in fact, Reeves as well, missed it. Hayes was there, right on centre wing position now. Lockie Smith, well picked up. Harry Boyd doesn't muck around, just hammers it forward. Holland v Morgan, ball pitches over the top. In the AFL, he might get pinged for what's that word? Insufficient intent. That's the one. That's what I was looking for, but nothing doing in the GVL.
Shocking rule.
Now the boundary umpire will toss it back in. Midland Highway into the ground. Forward pocket. Commentary side. Tosses it in. Boyd taps it down. Went at it a second time. Plenty of players. Oh, almost a magnificent effort there for the Bears. Off the half-back line though. Ogden tapped it in front of himself. Went at it again. Really close to the boundary line. Kick off the ground. Mangan's there. Just slams it on the boot. Up to the half-back line. Gemmell's got to go. He knows no other way. Ball pitches inside the boundary line and goes over. Score check here at Mooroopna. It's Kyabram 5-6. It's the Bears 5-4. We've got an absolute humdinger here at Mooroopna.
Yeah, we certainly do. It's a belting contest so far tonight. 2 points the difference. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, with thanks to the Goulburn Murray Credit Union, we'll be crossing back to the studios of 1FM where the stats man awaits as Tom Holman gets a rare touch for the night. He kicks it into the middle of the ground. So Chaos Boy, have a look. Pace to burn there, Mueller. Surely not from here. Holding his position really well there. It was actually Wardle who held his position there. They do, but it was Jonty Wardle who went out wide and he found Brett. Joel Snowy Brett just sort of kicks it. Chip kick. That was Andrew Narco into the middle of the ground. A mark's taken by Nicky Rokar, who holds the footy up almost Simon Madden-like when he took the mark, just to get a little bit of that time and space away from the man on his mark. Then he elects to go to a one-on-one contest. As a matter of fact, it ends up being a 2-on-2. Boyd had front position, couldn't hold on to the mark. Sammy Sheldon now with the footy. He has to get rid of it quickly. He does. Well done. Jonty Wardle again. Sort of socketed off his shin there. And a free kick comes back the other way.
No, it was a mark.
It was a mark.
Okay.
It was a mark, yep. It ricocheted up off his foot. And in the end, Sammy Sheldon takes, well, an easy mark. He squares it to the commentary side. Very, very dangerous, mate. And Stratton just drills him into the ground.
He pulled up very well there,
Very
Stretton.
ugly.
What?
That could have been
Dangerous.
well, serious injury.
Yeah, it
I've
certainly
seen
could have
bigger
been that,
highlights in my life, but anyway.
but it could have been ended up into a fence there.
Yeah.
We're all pretty pumped up. We're getting excited here in the commentary box. It's adrenaline-filled tonight, isn't it? Nicky Allen, well done, Boyd. He tapped it straight down his throat here. Picked up. Here's an opportunity for Bradrick around the body.
Needs to do better there.
And absolutely sprays it, but it was
And I'll
a
tell you
touch.
what, Brad Mangan's giving him a fair spray too. Needs to do better there, Johnny Bradrick. At least get it to the goal square.
It wasn't touched off the boot, so it was just
out
straight
of the full. It was a
just
shank.
Shack.
Shack.
Goodness gracious me. That's halfway between a hack and a shank.
He's up in Brisbane.
Yes.
Lamb shank.
Certainly is. Goodness gracious me.
Back pocket,
And mash.
Sammy Sheldon. Peas and gravy, goodness me. As we go, Dunstan will fly high. It just held up. The wind may be playing a little bit of havoc with the Sherrin at the moment. Beautiful work, Stretton. The pickup was really clean. The handball then missed it, Wardle. Now a chance for Dunstan. Try to take on the tackler. Got tackled. He did drop it. Hayden Gemmell gathers it. And then
Umpire short-sighted on that occasion.
was able to look for a ball up. Point of the square. Half forward. for the Bears, about 65 from their goal. JW.
3 central umpires to adjudicate this game tonight. As Lukey Smith just gets towed a ball here, charging out was Matt Shannon. He couldn't quite control it. Went really hard at the footy there, did Nick Coulstock.
Looks a bit tender, Matty Shannon. Not his normal self.
As it's half-time here at the Mooroopna Recreation Reserve. What a first half of football we have just witnessed here this evening. Under lights, it is 5-6-36 Kyabram over Shepparton, 5-4-34. Just 2 points separate these two sides at half-time. It really is. It's going to be a battle of attrition. Who's going to be able to outstay the other?
Yeah.
That physicality, that intensity, can it be sustained for 4 quarters? That's the question to ask of Kyabram.
Not many teams in the last 39 have gone as close as this. So, I mean, it's half-time, and now we get the third quarter underway. First clearance, Kyabram. Ogden was able to get it going. Here's an opportunity for Mueller. One bite of the cherry. It just needs to sit, but he's just lost his footing on the way through. Maybe needs to check his stops. He slipped quite easily then.
Bit of dew.
A little bit of Stewie dew.
Yep.
And a minor score to Kyabram to get things started. 5-7-37.
And of course, with thanks to Harvey Norman, our great third quarter sponsors, for all of your electrical, computers and furniture needs, go and visit them. So in Shepparton,
3 points.
GV Highway at the Riverside Plaza. That's a really dangerous kick, and Dunstan's going to have to be super good here. He made a contest of it, then some support came from Brett.
Mueller
Matty Brett's in there as well.
Kick.
That's got to be a free kick, you're right. Kyle Mueller, he's already got 4 goals. And, well, if you wound the clock back 12 months ago and you looked forward to where we are, not only... Okay, 4 goals in a half of football so far, but make that 59 for the season. This will make it 60 goals for Kyle Mueller, and you would have probably said that we are crazy. The number on his back matches his age.
Hang on.
Just calm down.
Review.
One behind.
It's been called a point.
Over the
And
post.
Kyle Mueller cannot believe it. He got a little bit carried away there.
I was almost going to write it in, but I paid that price today when I called one of the footballers today from 10 metres out directly to Seymour, and then had to scribble it out. So Mueller misses one, JW, that really, for him, is a Monty.
Absolutely. It's like Wheat Bix for breakfast in the morning, isn't it? As it hits Brett, he loads up, he kicks it long, he gets about 55 metres gained there for Shepparton. It's got to be dropping the footy. It is.
Be a Shepparton free kick.
Had an opportunity to take the game on there, which usually he would do. So interesting that Shepparton are looking to play more a possession style sort of a game here. Hiscock out wide to Wardle.
Finds Shannon, half back on the commentary side. Goes further up to the wing. All alone was Ash Holland, but the kick wasn't good by Shannon.
Look at the numbers.
Luckily enough for him, it works out okay because Smith was able to give him a handball back to Shannon, and that kick coming forward, up to half forward, not his normal self, Matty Shannon.
And it is off the ball. It is. It's off the ball, is it?
It is off the ball.
At the 50-metre line.
Josh Vick is arguing with the
They've
umpire.
been ill-disciplined.
It has been, hasn't it?
Matt Ryan.
Matty Ryan will line it up. We saw him
kick one.
He kicked a monster goal in that second quarter. Off to Brett, just chips it in. Wong almost was able to do it one-handed. Boyd went in. Here's a chance for Hiscock. Slapped the ball forward. Kai have the numbers. Sam Sheldon releases and has, looks like, might be, no, it's not Burston.
That is a super pass.
It was
out
a super
wide
pass.
there.
It might have been Whitford. Down to the wing they go. Childs. Little chip up to the half-forward line. There, I think that's the big boy, Billy.
It was Aaron Hayes who you were looking for.
Thank you. Now the long ball looking for either Mueller or Pettifar. Pettifar with a flight. Oh, he almost had it. Mueller went off the ground. Bears have got numbers at the fall of the ball. Now Davies. Does he take a bounce? No. Loops a handball over the top. Rokar's got to go and take on the tackle. Did it really well. The chip kick has to be spot on to Hiscock. Morgan flies across, intercepts. Was able to get a hand on the Sheridan and take it over the line and out of bounds, almost on the wing here at Mooroopna in front of the commentary box. 5-8-38, Kyabram 5-4-34. What a ball game we've got in store here, Kyle Power.
Kane Pettiford there almost took a backwards mark. He couldn't even see it, just stuck his hands up instinctually. almost snagged one of the most unlikely marks you'll ever see taken. Well done, Hiscock. Really composed under pressure there. Got it to Allen. Straight to Davies. Davies now. He's popped it out. Which way will it bounce? Will it bounce for Boyd? He chases the footy hard. He gets some support from Brett, but guess who? Once again, Sheldon. He gets it back towards Ogden, who loads up and kicks it wide out to centre wing position. 2-on-1 contest out wide there. Andronako had to go. His hands intercepted. It's a hot footy out wide. Eventually, Kyabram end up with it. In the middle of the ground now, really well done. Edwards was the intended target, but Holland just used his height there, and then he butchered the kick. It had to be really good for Liam. Do good, did well. Went back towards Davies. Davies to Linden. Linden's handball intercepted, picked up now by Stretton.
Stretton was able to mop up a poor handball there by Linden. Now Roker was able to handball it back and feed it to Ben Davies. This kick's got to be good. It's not. Turnover. Ogden doesn't muck around. Plays on. Long ball. They have got numbers everywhere here. Kyabram should be a certain goal. And Mueller goes bang. He gets the one they needed in that third quarter. And Kyle Mueller has kicked goal number 5 out of 6. Can you believe it? 6-8-44 Kyabram. Big goal, that one. Big turnover too. The kick by Davies wasn't good at all. The Bears 5-4-34 Hollywood.
Now, Dig, forward pressure, coaches absolutely love it. That was just brilliant by Gemmell to be able to lay a tackle, turn over the footy. The kick was ineffective, and then when that happens with this Kyabram Footy Club in the middle of the ground, they just cut you to shreds, and Kyle Mueller, he's having some game.
Yeah, Ash Holland did all the hard work, didn't he, and then let himself down with a poor kick. Unlike him, Nick Allen wins the hard one out of the middle of the ground. Ryan chases it out and gets a push in the back on the half-forward flank. A hold, push in the back, whatever you like. Michael Van Dorsner, it's a free kick. Out in front of the scoreboard here, 10 points the difference. Wong on a long lead. He's been worn like a glove all night. This time it's Jason Morgan with the go-go gadget arms extending out. Good tackle here, Hiscock holding the footy. How did he get rid of it? Had no prior opportunity according to the umpire.
Good call.
Centre half forward, 0-0 draw there. We'll ball it up.
60 from the Bears goal. Almost that true centre half forward. Big boy Reeves. Well done, Harry Boyd. Got the rise up and was able to tap it down. Allen smart to Roker. Look at him bust through. Gave off a little handball. Long ball by Davies. Ash Holland front position. Well done, Josh Vick. Big fist. Morgan was able there to mop up. This kick's superb.
They're out.
Look at him go. Edwards. Handball off to little Liam Ogden. Chip ball in looking for Mueller. That is just champagne footy from a team that has won 39 straight. And they're just like that fist from Vic, the take by Morgan, the kick to Edwards, the kick to Mueller. Everything just works in transition beautifully.
They know. They know when the ball is rebounded from defence. They know where each and everyone's going to run to. This bloke's a star.
For half a dozen sausage rolls. Mark it down. Beautiful kick from Kyle Mueller.
He's doing the double cobra.
Have a look at me. Does Kyle Mueller, 6 goals in a final. What a fabulous effort. 7-8-50. They've got no answer to this kid.
Tell you what.
7-8-50. The Bears stuck on 5-4-34. When they get challenged, Michael, tell me what? 16 points.
I was just going to say, Kyle Mueller heard that there was a nice little gift voucher going at Intersport and wants a couple of hundred.
Yeah,
Great
call.
6 goals, 2, 10 possessions. 5 marks inside 50 with thanks to AJ's.
Running into the right spots as well. The kicks haven't been pinpointed for him, but his ability to be able to read the play and fall into a spot.
Spot on.
Tip rat style Milne. He's that type of player. And he's kicked
lethal.
Yeah, he's kicked 6.
Well, we're 8 minutes into the third quarter. He's kicked 6
out of 7.
Right the first time. With thanks to Harvey Norman. Yep, he certainly is the player of the final series so far. Of course, Benny Clifton earned that this afternoon. Seymour still got lots of footy left to play, as do Kyabram by the looks of things at the moment as they stamp their authority on Shepp here tonight. The ball comes in 50. It was Mangan around the body. Inside it comes and it's cut off now at defence. Shepparton have to clear out here. Numbers were there. It was Brett who had it. That was the Matt model. Out wide towards Ryan. Ryan can't quite control the footy. Sam Sheldon arrives on the scene there, just bullocks his way through. He wins the hard footy, gets it back going on the terms of the Kyabram Bombers, the way that they love to play it. Weirden now spears the footy inside 50. Cut off. Almost legged, you could have said there. Jonty Wardle. Umpire said no. Turned over now. Shepparton have the footy. Nick Allen. It was Matt Shannon there. His kick had to be good. 1-2 handball received. Met heavily by Weirden.
How's the pressure?
50-50 ball in the middle of the ground. This has to be a good tackle. It is. It stops play right in the corridor. He certainly did. And the umpire said there was no prior there either.
Their intensity,
We'll ball it up.
their intensity so far, the Bombers, is pretty obvious. They're hot.
Boyd was able to slap it forward for his team for Shepparton. Kicking off the ground there was quite clever there by Hayes. We've got a little bit of meterage. Now Burston chips it up to the hot spot. Laying back there was Linden. He tried to mark it. Now on the way back, watch out for Mueller if you don't spill it. Oh no, it could be a turnover here. He's working really hard. Now the Shepparton defenders were able to lock it in the teeth of the Kyabram goals.
Well, this is where Shep need a response, isn't it?
They need to come out of the back line here and really move the footy out.
16 points is what they trail by. 10 minutes gone. Third term with thanks to Harvey Norman.
Dunstan there from the ball up, trying to clear it out. Now Gemmell snap round the corner.
Missed.
Won't be a goal. Won't be a goal. But they're peppering them. Every time they get it in, they look dangerous.
Yeah.
7-9-51 Kyabram. The Bears still scoreless in this quarter. 5-4-34. It's out to 17. They want to pull one back. Michael Van Dorsen, just some inside 50s overall.
6-5 this quarter. Overall for the game, 27-21 Ky's way.
6-5 this quarter. It's amazing, considering the Kyabram dominance on the scoreboard.
So Brett
Poor
loads
kick, poor
up
kick.
and, well, he just hooked that bit much, didn't it, as Reece Clark sends it back in with a little bit of interest. How much interest is on it? It's the full
He's having
measure.
a look at me as well.
He certainly has. He turns around to the crowd. He didn't mind that moment. 55 out. And that's how quickly you can be punished by the smallest of mistakes. The kick out there, the defence of Shepparton, they keep on having mini meetings to try and figure out how they can stop this rush
Mini
of
meetings.
goals. It's 3 in a row, but they're just consulting with one another going, you know, what's actually going on here? How are we going to stop this?
It's actually 4 in a row if you include the last one that they scored
in the second
quarter.
They just pull
correct?
the trigger, don't they? They know when to go. Quality side.
There's the ball back inside 50 now.
And now Mangan has it. He'll just a quick kick from the centre clearance, and Mangan has it. And he'll line it up for goal.
And their ability to
It
kick
was
long,
4 in a row.
long goals, boys. Their long goal kicking tonight has been superb.
The kick coming out of the middle there was from Liam Ogden, by the way, boys.
So Mangan now to make it 5 on the bounce. Long.
He's kicked
Oh,
that. He's
beautiful
kicked
looking
that.
kick. Now they have just answered the challenge and said, this is why we're the number one team in country footy. And they have just gone bang, bang, bang 5 times, 4 in this quarter, to 9-9-63. That is amazing, the turnaround. At half-time, 2 points the difference. Now it's out to 29, boys.
Yeah, look, they just good sides know when they're challenged. They know when they need to pick themselves up. I wouldn't imagine that Paul Newman said too much at half-time. Players themselves know what's required as Ash Holland comes back on the ground. Now, he's been off for a while.
All know their role, Kyle. They know when they have to just chip in. It's amazing.
Yep, 29 points is the deficit. They really need to find answers very, very quickly.
Jeez.
As now he wants to pay, holding the footy. The umpire there, so interesting decision. Tommy Holman now, right out of the middle of the Mooroopna Recreation Reserve in the third quarter, the premiership quarter. They call it that for a reason. Kyabram dominating at this point in time. As a matter of fact, they're looking quite frightening at the moment.
Yep.
You're
They
exactly
need to be
right,
careful,
JW.
the Bears. They've got to be careful.
In terms of premiership quarter, we saw it today when Seymour went nuts in that third quarter, and Kyabram have done the same. 4 goals to zip this quarter. The tap now, snapped by Burston, was a
Big
bit
Bill.
wild and goes out of bounds on the full forward pocket, commentary side of the ground at the Midland Highway end. They do have a little bit of a breeze. I'd like to get Hammer's view on the breeze
gonna say the same
at
thing.
the moment, because the windsock is certainly lifting. There's no doubt about it. Now Morgan is able to get it from the contest, handball it forward. They're certainly making the most of that breeze, if there is any. Weirden just slaps it on the boot and gets it forward. Here's a chance now. Pettifer, Mueller hanging around. I'll tell you what, like little mosquitoes, the two of them. With thanks to William Adams Ag. Hammer, what have you got?
I'll answer your inquiries there, Digger. If you look at the windsock on the opposite end of the ground, it has picked up fairly considerably.
Umpire throws the footy up at full forward for Ky. Shepparton have just got to do anything they can in absolute desperation, and they are, as far as their defence is concerned, to stop another Ky goal before this one gets beyond them. It's already 5 goals. They've kicked 5 for the game. It's feeling as though...
The wind's a factor this quarter, I've got no doubt about it, but I just don't know if it's a 5-goal advantage. 3 goals maybe? Shep really need to kick a couple, Dub.
But that's what they've kicked this quarter. They've kicked the 4 now. They certainly do Shepparton, as it just meanders around the forward pocket for Kyabram.
I believe
nothing really happening in that bit of play there. Sorry, Digger.
If Shepparton can work a way of getting it back to a 3-goal margin at 3-quarter time, I give them some hope with that breeze.
Well, James Wong has had zero influence on the contest tonight.
Over the back, beautiful work. Mangan, Mueller's there. Do they snag another one? No, the Shep defenders are there in numbers. Here's Dogood. The handball over the top really made Rokar work for it. He got it though. He danced around his opponent. In front of the Leon Williams stand, he drives a long ball forward for Dunstan and Shannon. Now the punch down. The fall of the ball. Can the Bears get some numbers going? Andronako loop over the top with a handball. They really need to get a score this foray forward. Here's Cock. Oh, it was a pretty nice kick. On the end of it, though, Lukey Smith's there. Ky will just get boot on ball. Big Jakey Reeves out to the centre wing position. Holman was able to get it to Ogden. The kick up to Hayden Gemmell. Look how quickly they just transfer the footy from the back to the forwards. Gemmell up to the full forward line. They'll fly Lukey Morris over the back. Players hit the deck. Liam Dogood was able to keep his feet. Gives it to Linden and he'll release for the Bears.
Yeah, Teddy Linden goes out wide. Matt Brett takes the mark on the half-back flank for Shepparton. But all the hard work just to get that entry inside 50 and just so easily repelled from this champion outfit that's won 39 straight here in the Goulburn Valley. Nicky Rokar holds it at centre half-back. They're pushed out wide here. Mitch Brett on the half-back flank now. He looks to go a little more direct inboard. They're going to have to take the game on, Shepparton, or maybe just get the ball in their hands, get things going on their terms at the moment. Usually their main ball carriers like Stretton, like Davies, like Hiscock have had almost no influence in this third term whatsoever. Front position has to be paid.
Front Dunstan,
he certainly does. The mark there, he loads up on his right foot now. James Wong, he's got some hard work to do. He's got it all to do. As a matter of fact, Liam Barrett's done a sensational job on him. He got support there by Sheldon. Vic under the pump now. Is he up to the task? Yes, he is. Picked up by Ogden. Ogden out to Morgan. Morgan, have a look. It's beautiful pass now into a little bit of space. Chasing it out wide there is Hayes. He's kick. It was Whitford. Thank you very much for the chop out there. Only had the front of him. Gemmell, Dunstan, you've got to do better than that. Brett under the pump here is Liam Ogden. Spears the pass, and guess who?
How quick was Liam Ogden there? Mitchell Brett gave absolutely every effort he could to chase him down.
Almost got him.
Absolute clinic
Almost.
this quarter. It has been sublime. We've seen a quarter from Seymour today, Digger. This is rivaling that.
Winks
not better. I am Winks. Oh, jeez, what a day.
Cole Mueller lines it up for goal number 7. What an evening, JW, for this young kid.
7 heaven for Kyle Mueller. What a night. A 20-year-old kid. He just wouldn't have dreamt of this in front of a really big crowd here under lights at the Mooroopna Recreation Reserve in, well, what's probably been one of his most important games.
62 for the year.
Yep. What a fantastic night. If you thought a player would kick 7 or 8 tonight, you'd probably be thinking Kane Pettifer or James. Exactly right.
Wong has been unsighted.
Pettifer stats, MVD.
But Liam Barrett, what a job he's done.
Yep. And the defensive acts, I think,
got
up the
tap
ground
down.
as well.
Davies had an old fresh airy ball in the middle. We'll get to you in a moment, Michael. Luke Smith now was able to bend down, but look at that. Charles. He just gave him
Bit
one
of
on the way through. And now the old don't argue. Stretton goes back and gets the Sharon, tackled by Coolstock.
I said they had
It'll be a ball up
now. That has got to be that's you've gotten that wrong. That has to be a free kick back the other way to Smith. He paid the high fend off earlier on, and then just about gets his face smashed in.
Forget
no
it, Michael.
free kick.
We'll get back to you now. Reeves was able to get it down inside 50. We'll get Pettifer stats in a moment. They haven't let him go. He might get a handball.
There's
He
6.
does. Handball off to Holman. Then to Weirden. Well done. Matt Shannon was able to smother it. Punches it forward in front of himself. Chases after the Sharon. Weirden puts on the pressure. Ky have got the numbers at the ball every single time. The kick was going inside forward 50. Oh, big fly there by Pettifer. Sorry, it was Gemmell. But the Bears will release. Luke Smith's got to make it. Great diving mark in front of the Parsons Pavilion. Luke Smith wanted that footy and did it beautifully.
Quicker.
With thanks to AJ's MVT.
Pettifer 6 touches, 1 goal, 1 marked inside 50.
James Wong, please.
4 touches.
Rowan Hiscock.
James
and-
Lloyd.
James Lloyd 2 touches.
Yep. There's been a few quiet as Lockie Smith,
I haven't even spotted him, to be honest.
centre half back to Liam Barrett, who switches it out wide. Nick Coulstock has open expanse of a half-back flank here. You can almost see the cars going by on the Midland Highway, and then some attention comes back his way. The umpire's found a free kick here, but he's prepared to pay advantage. Important moment for the Shepp Footy Club. Comes inside.
There is.
Lloyd.
There is.
Boyd, speak of
Boyd
the
to
devil.
Lloyd.
Yes, and Lloyd has the footy.
Just want to ask, Joe, have you seen Johnny Bradrick for a while? I can't say I've seen him. He might be off the ground. We might get Hammer onto that one in a moment.
No,
He
but
spent
I mean,
considerable time
how many
on the
inside?
range.
But how many inside 50s for Shepparton for the quarter, please, and thanks to AJ's.
8 inside 50s this quarter.
So Lloyd, deep in the pocket. They need this one.
Got it.
And he delivers in spades as Jimmy Lloyd gets a really important goal for the Bears, almost on the stroke of three-quarter time. With thanks to William Adams, down to you, Hammer.
Confirmed, Bradrick is on the bench at the moment.
And has been there for quite some time, I assume.
Confirmed, old Hammer.
Oh, you got to love
He's
it.
done a
We love
great
it.
job today.
So big
Doubled
goal
up.
there by James Lloyd.
On debut.
29 points, boys. Need a couple more, Shep, before three-quarter time to make this one interesting.
Of course, tomorrow we'll be joined by Greg Sharp, Mark the Statsman Owens, and Sydney the Bridge Asplan makes his return to the airwaves.
That'll be interesting.
Free kick to Shepp here, boys.
Middle of the
Middle.
ground, so red time goals. Back to 29 points at the moment. Inside 50 there. There was a bit of pushing. Maybe it went both ways there. Lloyd charges at the footy once again. Rokar now works around his opponent. Chip kicks it inside. A mark taken.
I reckon it might be Good.
Opportunity, no.
No, Lukey Smith. Yeah, it
The
is Lukey
kick
Smith.
switched fast onto the ground
Oh,
now.
great
Well
mark.
done, Ryan. That is a super mark. That's got to be 50.
That should be 50
That
every
has-
day of the week.
Wow.
But anyway,
I'm just
we're
gonna- yep.
flabbergasted, Dub.
Absolutely. I mean, how can you manhandle a player without the footy in front of the umpire
Just throw him,
and just
ragdoll him.
ragdoll him to the deck, and the umpire say, "Just get up, mate." I just
It's
haven't-
beyond
you
me.
just- yeah,
It's
couldn't-
beyond me.
It's beyond me as well. But anyway, Ryan, can he convert the opportunity?
No.
His kick is sprayed out to the right, and
They need that one.
was vital. Certainly was. 22 gone, third term, with thanks to Harvey Norman.
Just got to make everyone
Yeah,
count.
gotta make 'em
if you're
pay.
at the Shepp Footy Club.
28 points.
Thanks.
Lukey Morris
In sync we are.
got the robe on. Wonder
So
if he's
Vic,
done.
short back pocket. That one to Sammy Sheldon, half back. Lockie Smith went the one hand. Had to go back and retrieve it. Look at the quick handballs from the Ky Bombers. They are just working it around. Weird now on that trusty left boot. Long ball up to the wing. Fall of the ball. Big boy Burston just needs it to sit up for him. He paddles it. The Bears' numbers come. Now the pressure's on. Stretton out the back. Takes on a couple of tacklers and got pinged holding the ball right in front of the Leon Williams stand.
Good crowd over there.
There is a bit of a strong Kyabram stronghold over there is what I was looking for.
That's where we'll have the effects mic next time, I think.
Yeah. To the goal square, Mueller will fly. Might even go through. There's a massive goal.
That's 8.
That's Kate Pettifer at his absolute
Oh, sorry,
best.
Petty.
That was Pet.
No, it was
Second.
Mueller flying for it in the goal
Yeah,
square.
second for Pets.
Pedo.
11-9.
And that's
Oh, Pets
90
now, we're
for the
like
year.
Best
Yeah.
mates. 11-9, 75.
Andy.
Kyabram, 6-5, 41. It's amazing how quickly it changes. Matt Ryan takes a nice mark, kicks a point. If he kicks a goal, he reduces the margin to 22. Doesn't do that. Now it's out to 34. And I think she's all over.
Well, there is a bit of an advantage blown to that end. I reckon it's about
Not
3
6
goals.
goals.
No, it's not. But
That's what I'm saying, that miss by Ryan, huge.
Yeah, certainly is. Ogden out of the middle of the ground. I reckon he's been pretty good tonight for
9
the Ky
touches this
Bombers.
quarter.
Yep, he's had a really good quarter, hasn't he, MVD?
That's dropping the ball.
That has to be. He's taken the tackler on there, Matty Brett, and he's been sacked cold. The umpires had no choice but to pay the free kick. Now, try and get the player in the dark spot. I reckon it's Big Billy Bursker.
Big Bill.
It is. Who in
He's
front of the
every
Leon
chance.
Williams stand. Loads
Look at
up
that.
from outside 50. The kick is on its way. It's way out of
the
bounds on the foot.
JW at half-time, it was 2 points the difference. We know now it's 34. So this quarter alone, Kyabram have kicked 6 goals, 3 to 1-1.
goal, 1.
Yeah, to 1-1.
Yeah,
We
it's
take Sajo's.
Premiership quarter.
Good
We've
sides
talked about
lift.
it.
That's right. Yeah,
Oh,
absolute
They're better
domination.
than good.
Yeah, well, they're the
gear are they
best,
in tonight, do you
the
reckon?
best ever.
What gear do you reckon they're in tonight?
Linden
4.5.
strolls out of the back line. Holland couldn't quite take it. In fact, it was Boyd. Ball hit the deck. The ball's going to come back inside 50. Rokar's got his eyes on it. It flips out to Gemmell. Was able to break the tackle and get it moving. Here's a nice little handball there by Joel Brett. Finds Stretton.
Nothing.
The kick was no good to Andronako, but he was
Well
able to do very well indeed. Long ball. You've got it all in front of you, Big Harry. He lopes after it. He gathers it. Barrett tackles him. He was able to get it off. Oh, that's really good. Luke Smith finishes it off with it behind.
Across the face.
He had the opportunity to handball over the top to Wong in the goal square, and he missed it.
He went, yeah, look, I think he went to go that option the first time, and then the Ky
Unlucky.
defender was there in the blocking position. With thanks to William Adams Agdan, you please, Hammer?
James Wong just releasing a shriek of grave disappointment there in Lukey Smith, and rightly so.
Should have went the handball option, but anyway, we know better up in the box, don't we? 33 points now, 75 to 42. Holman was able to get the handball onto Ogden. Big tackle put on him. Joel Brett worked tirelessly all day under the pump. Now that has to be a free kick against Liam Ogden, and it goes the way of Joel Brett.
25 gone. I don't think there's long left to go in this quarter.
On the wing, he finds Rokar.
As Nicky Rokar has the footy.
2.5
Centre wing
minutes.
position. Okay, so there's still a while to go. I just thought the timekeeper reached up for the siren for a moment. No, he was just scratching his ear. That's okay. Only Ryan has the footy. Half forward flank. This kick needs to be really good.
They need a goal here.
And they're flooded back here because Shepparton's ball movement is pretty slow. So they've tried to move it in quickly a couple of times. They've
Lucky
turned it
bounce.
off.
Gotta
Turned
kick
over
this.
the back away. It comes over to Brett. We've seen him do this in games. We've seen him do it in finals, actually, against Rochester last year. Big moments, but
Out the
unfortunately, he's unable to finish off on that occasion, and he too. You're right, Digger has kicked it out to bounds on the full.
Deep back pocket, Coventry side. Kyabram will come out. Weirden will fly, as too will Gemmell. Over the back, good work was also Wardle. Stretton chases after it,
well
liked his game. He's got some pace. He concedes some ground to Teddy Linden at half back.
His numbers, please. AJ.
7 touches with
So
those
Linden,
stages.
Needs to
defensive
move.
side, comes to the interchange side, the commentary side, and finds Joel Brett, who's been good. Inboard, a little bit stagnant, but luckily Dunstan just holds onto it under real duress from Reece Clark. The two man buns go at it. Now up to the forward pocket. Boyd out in front, probably should have got a free for being held on to. Holman puts on some good pressure, really close to the boundary line. In the end, it goes over. The boundary throw. We've got about a minute left of this third quarter, and we've called it the Premiership quarter for a reason, because Kyabram have gone bang 6 times to 1.
Yeah, James Wong now moving on to the football just to try and get himself into the game. As now
Jeez.
Dunstan,
He's
hopefully he
hurt.
hasn't
No,
rolled
he's
his
fine.
ankle
Look at that.
there. He's slipped.
Gumby.
But that's
For extension.
okay, yeah. It didn't look very good, did it? It was a little bit awkward how he come down, but Gemmell away on the other side now.
Mueller.
Mueller. It's a 2-on-1.
The Mueller.
He's got it.
The Mueller.
He's held it.
The tip rat.
He takes it on the third bite of the cherry, and almost Harlem Globetrotter sort of stuff going on there. And by the way, if you want to book the Globetrotters, you can just ring this bloke who's on the end of it now, Kane Pettifer, because he's managing their tour when it comes to Australia. And Kane Pettifer.
Yeah, for real.
There's
Yes,
a
I
nice
am.
little bit of useless information for
Yeah.
us.
Organises
Thanks,
it.
mate.
Head wobbler. W.
As Pettifer now goes for goal number 91 for the year and brings it back to just 9 goals needed. They would, if they advanced to the grand final, beating Seymour next week, only have 2 games left after tonight.
Got it.
He does only need 9 more now to get to the 100. That's 3 tonight. And it really has been a story of 2 absolute dominant forwards for Kyabram tonight, with Kyle Mueller kicking 7 goals and Pettifer with 3. And at the other end of the ground, the Shepp Bears really struggling to find any sort of dominance when they go inside 50, with James Wong not kicking a goal and Bradrick spending a fair bit of time on the pine for the evening. What that means, ladies and gentlemen, is that it's a 39-point deficit that Shepparton have to face. Is it impossible? Maybe.
Yes.
Every other side has found it impossible against Kyabram, and that's at 39 opportunities that opposition has had against this star-studded outfit in the Gotafe Goulburn Valley League. Yep, blow right out.
We're going to find out, aren't we?
Yeah, we
I'm
certainly are.
happy to
But I said back to him, no, I reckon Shepparton will kick the first 2 of the last quarter. Let's see how that goes down. It's brought to you by our great sponsors, Pental Factory Sales. The first clearance out of the middle was Nicky Rokar. It didn't quite work out, though. Brett went onto the footy. His kick got smothered. It come back now to centre-half forward for Ky. Meeting it hard was Jonty Wardle. Physical stuff, but he's tied up in a Brad Edwards and a Paddy Weirden tackle. 2 of them tackled him to the ground, and the umpire balls it up.
Attacking side for the Bombers. Oh, sharking it beautifully there was Gemmell, but pinged at the same time for holding it or disposing of it incorrectly, and Mitch Brett is the recipient of the free kick. Long ball. Oh, beautiful mark there. It just fell in his lap in the breadbasket of Jimmy Lloyd.
And that was just the wind. It was
Lloyd.
quite simple. That
It just picked up as we speak.
He just was sitting under it, ready to cut it off, like shelling peas, and just that little additional gust took it that extra 2-3 metres, and luck's a fortune.
Now Lloyd crosses the 50. Interesting style. He's done pretty well. I reckon that's a lovely looking kick, and just what the doctor ordered if you're a Bears supporter.
Or if you're JW.
We haven't even here, or if you're JW. We've only not even gone a minute, and the Bears get the perfect start. 7-6-48. Lloyd now has kicked their last 2. His last goal was in the 20-minute mark of the third quarter. He's kicked 2. Kyabram, 12-9-81. So the margin back to 33 points.
He's such a frustrating player, James Lloyd. He's a brilliant kick for goal. We've noticed that with the 2, but unsighted in the first half. And I think Brad Campbell, when you've got some blokes that need to lift, in particular his forwards, he's disappointed, but he's a chance to kick a nice little bag here.
So back in the middle of the ground, Nicky Rokar once again wins the footy, edges it forward. Wong now chases. He couldn't quite control it there. Is that going to be holding the footy? No, said the umpire. Yes,
it is.
And he now wants to pay the advantage. He does. Rokar again gets it to Wong now. Finally takes the mark inside 50 and could have almost played on. He gets his first set shot opportunity, tries to improve the angle by about 25 degrees.
Goodness me.
And the umpire says, nah, mate, get back in the Parsons Pavilion, as Wong now on the right foot. He's almost sprayed it there. It almost looked like a deliberate sort of pass. It was that far across the face of goal. Nick Allen was at the front of the... What's that?
Wasn't.
That was like my shot last week.
He just sprayed it.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
That was like my shot last week after the game.
Yeah,
you guys had a fun time.
15 out from the Bears goal. Can they snag one? Reeves is there, tries to get it down. Ky have got the numbers, big tackles, putting on. Bears would love another one just to get it under 5 goals with a handy little breeze. You just never know what can happen in finals footy. I mean, Ky have done this so many times. Reeves got the tap down. Davies goes at it. Just lost his footing on the way through. Quick kick on goal. Morgan, like a sweeper, takes the mark, puts the don't argue up and says, I'm just holding things up. Does he bring it commentary side or does he square it up?
And this is where you might see Kyabram just sort of play a bit of tempo footy.
Yep.
And Shepp just want to take the game on at all
very
costs.
close. I thought it was out on the full by a fair way.
Oh, and you
the
can hear
Shepp
the Bronx
supporters are
cheers.
certainly giving it to the boundary
Well, the
umpire.
central umpire is going to overrule it.
I think he's going to say it might have been over. Now they're just conferring. I thought it was at least half a metre over, but they're going with the boundary umpire, and they're saying it was a mark.
Millimetres
So
inside.
Kyabram now, half back, Lockie Smith, long ball to the wing. Burston's under the
Geez,
pump,
that
won't
breeze
mark.
held
Geez,
it up.
he looks really slow there, Billy Burston.
There's a big breeze out
Yeah,
there,
it did
Dick.
hold up, and Dunstan takes it. Long ball by Brett to the goal square. They'll fly. Just got to bring it to the ground. Here's a chance. Snap on goal. It's a beauty. Dub called it.
Hiscock.
On the
Hiscock or Brett?
non-preferred, I don't know. I thought it was Matt Brett.
I thought it was Matt Brett too.
Number 12 on his back. I'm
Are you
pretty
sure?
confident.
There's a little
Yep,
sniff.
pretty sure. I'm actually that sure I'll write it in right now.
Rightio, okay. Well, Hiscock did run away from that area, but I'll go with you two boys. The majority rules there.
Matt Brett gets the goal.
That's fine.
And I tell you what, W called it, and I take it back. Shall I never doubt you again? 8-6 of 54.
That is not true.
8-6-54 to Kyabram, 12-9-81. You called it, first two goals, and they've got it.
Yep.
What happens from now, Nostra?
Need another
The
6.
king of cynicism just never lets up, does he? Out of the middle of the ground, big Jakey Reeves just boots it forward, but again, it really holds up in the breeze, a high up and under kick. They're going to need to be flatter with their ball movement here, Kai, because it is blowing a bit of gusty as well. Well done there, Jonty Wardle. Desperate stuff, took a mark on the half-back flank. He switches it out wide towards Smith, who then got pushed. The umpire said, I'll give you 50 metres for that. I'll give you 50.
Oh, that is nuts.
Sammy Sheldon, and this
That's the
could
softest
almost
50
bring
I've
him
ever seen.
within range. That they paid in the AFL all the time. The
Well,
mark
not
was
AFL.
taken. The arm,
Short
it
50.
was the two
Jeez,
actions. The arms
20
were
metre
extended
penalty.
out.
That's all deserved.
And 50, well, that's right. You would never, ever
going to
buy a
barrel.
block of land off that bloke. Smith goes along inside 50.
Oh, Harry
Boyd
Boyd
was
lost
there,
it. He
and
lost
he
it.
lost it in the lights, did he?
And Lockie Smith takes the mark, and he will just lock things up a little bit.
Getting confirmation,
Find
Hiscock, the goal kicker.
Reece Clark. It was
Hiscock.
Yep.
Okay, I could have sworn it was Matt Brett, but anyway, I'll change that in a moment,
Oh,
JW.
look at that. Oh, Dub's all
I'm
over it.
still not convinced.
Oh.
I'm still not convinced. I'm not convinced until I get it after the
goodness
game.
me.
But anyway,
It'll
over
be in the
the
paper
wing
on
position
Monday.
goes through. Reece Clark has it now, chips it inboard and finds Aaron Hayes. Long ball up to half forward, 2-on-2. The only player who really wanted it there was Brad Edwards. And in
Cool
the end,
stuff.
he takes an easy one. Chip over the top and finds, is that Pettifer?
No.
Yep.
You tell me who it is then, Michael, because I reckon it's Kane Pettifer personally.
I thought it was Mueller, possibly.
No.
No?
It is 120% Pettifer, but
Thank
he
you.
elected to go short there, and it's cut
Sorry,
off.
Paul.
Centre back there. Brett goes towards his brother, Mitch Brett, Joel Brett. And now Mitch Brett gets back on the end of it. Went to Smith. Hands come in towards Davies. Davies caught with a tackle.
He
They're
got rid of
taking
it.
the game on there. He just got hands to it. Kick by Smith, really sort of digging in now. Here's Shep. But Lockie Smith's going
Yeah,
to eat
this
that
bloke.
every single day.
He's elite.
They've got to take
I mean, if
him
you
out
want
of
to
the
play,
game, Dub.
well, that's it. How are you going to take him out of the game when
Don't
you're
kick it
delivering
high.
exactly? You're delivering the ball like that inside 50. That kick's got to go over the head,
You almost-
and then just be sort of that loose ball behind the Ky defence.
Look at that hit.
Oh,
And
goodness
guess who?
gracious.
Cole Mueller on
but he
a
won't
long
make
lead.
the distance.
Chips it inboard, Lukey Morris. Or Reece
Clark.
Reece Clark it is. I'll tell you what, you need almost with Lockie Smith to have it, you almost sacrifice a forward,
Yep.
a defensive forward to just take him even somewhere other than him able to just play loose and read it.
The message needs to be, when you're playing Kyabram, and particularly
can't
with
let him
players
just
like
do
Lockie
what he
Smith,
wants to do.
Cannot bomb it in.
This is the second time we've seen
Gotta be
it
low and
in
direct
in the
and
last
fast.
quarter.
Clark now, to put some icing on it, will be 30 metres out,
Oh.
bit of an angle, the kick won't
Nah.
be a goal, it's right across the face. Strong mark. Is that Sammy
Dunstan.
Dunstan? Yeah.
He's had a good night.
He has. Really strong mark, that one. And he'll go to the outer back pocket. Really risky kick. Matt Shannon under the gosh. Tackled as well. Needs to get rid of it. And in the end, he just held on to it for about a second too long and has been paid against him holding the ball.
Sam Dunstan, 15 touches with thanks to AJ's.
Yeah, 27 points, and that's for a big man. That's a really good return. But 27 points, the difference here. This would push it out once again to 33. We've played 8 minutes into the final
was
term.
that Coolstock?
Yes, it was.
Yep.
And it's Nick Coolstock who'll have the shot on goal. Great to see him back in the senior side. Nicky Coolstock missed out on playing in the premiership last year.
That was my next question.
The 45-degree angle, the flat kick is again across the face and misses absolutely everything. Well, I'll tell you what, it's easy for us up in the box, but as you can see, by the hands wrapped around the body of most of the crowd that are still here tonight and those that are surrounding the fires, that it's pretty damn windy and cold out there.
Long ball up to centre wing position. Look at Smith. Look at Lukey Smith go off to the races. Needs to kick a long ball. Disappointing finish. He was running it absolutely.
That's not too bad,
smart.
though.
Full smart tilt in the end.
Yeah. Very smart.
Did it just pitch inside?
Yes,
Pitched
it did.
inside, yeah.
Okay, so a good result for the Bears in the end.
13.3 degrees, wind gust 20 to 32 kilometres northeast.
Thanks, Rob.
Call me Jane.
Jade, yeah, that's where I thought you were going.
I'd be updating that temperature, I reckon.
Boundary throw in.
Not.
It feels like.
Need a goal here, the Bears. Boyd.
Feels like 11.
Oh, could have been holding the ball, and it was. Incorrect disposal. Beautiful tackle by Lukey Smith.
Yep.
6 touch
And
this
now
quarter, 9
the Bears, JW, have an opportunity after 2 out in the fulls from Kyabram to cut the margin to 21.
Well, and they've got the wind, and this is what I was sort of halfway through saying.
Gracious.
Let's just call this kick in. Digger, do it for us on 1FM.
Forward pocket, only about 25 out. We've got the perfect angle, and he drills it.
Sausage.
Big goal. This game's not over yet. 21 points was 33 at three-quarter time. Sorry, it was 39 at three-quarter time. All of a sudden, bang, 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 and the Bears are back into it with a little bit of a breeze, and it's picking up, JW. That windsock's going nuts.
Hollywood, what I was edging towards trying to get out a little bit earlier on is when one team's just throwing caution literally into the wind, no pun intended, and playing with reckless abandon, and the other side's just managing the scoreboard, just playing tempo football. All of a sudden, you see it in the AFL quite regularly, big margins can be eaten up very, very quickly. So, Ky, they've got to put their foot back on the pedal and start playing that aggressive, hard brand of football that we all know and love Ky can play.
Well, those 2 out of bounds on the full, if they become goals, the game's over. Now, Shepp have got the goal back. Little bit of a sniff. Big clearance coming up here. Umpire will toss it up. Perfect vantage point for us here in the box. Holland flies. Good work, Ben Davies. Inside forward, 50, they fly. Boyd, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cherry, how many times do you have to hold on to it? Didn't pay it, the umpire. Out the back, Sheldon. Ball was the call. Umpire, there's a big crowd here. Has to be. He's put the whistle away.
And Lukey Smith in disgust.
5 metres out from goal. Goodness me.
The demonstrative.
Big crowd calling ball there too.
Wow.
Umpire will toss it up. 20 out from the Bears goal. Reeves just smashes it. Here's a chance for little Lukey Smith. He missed it on the way through. I reckon it'll be another ball up here. Oh, maybe not. Here's an opportunity for Mitch Brett to Stretton. Just gets it inside 50. Reeves under it. Good spoil by Allen. No, it wasn't. Chop of the arms. It'll be a free kick to big Jakey Reeves. Back pocket for the Bombers. But they're under the pump.
Yeah, they certainly are. Well, you talk about challenges. Here comes one. Oh, gee, a little bit of sloppy play there. The kick was just hacked, touched. Smith now sockers it off the deck there. Had to go low. Stretton by hand. Sam Sheldon cuts it off. He's tackled to the deck there by Nicky Allen. And it wasn't Nicky Allen, as a matter of fact, it was Joel Snowy Breast.
That controversial goal before. Hiscock. We went Hiscock. Then who else we went? You went somewhere else.
Matty Brett, I think.
Matty Brett is the goal kicker, apparently.
There you go, Mr. Head Wobble.
Confirmed by Lucy Scott.
Thank you.
Favourite of 1FM. She loves us.
I would have backed it in. Actually, I'd put 1,000 on it with Matt Brett. That's how confident I am. Forward pocket.
Got the hair bun. Brady.
Now, and I'll go with MVD. He's usually pretty good too. Harry Boyd got the knockdown. Reeves was able to shark it though. Get the kick forward. Touch was a call. Oh, Pettifer's down in the back line trying to help out. Good work, Stratton put his body on the line against Pettifer, put the hand up wanting the holding the ball.
Over the
Too
shoulder,
high
free
against
kick.
Pettifer, too high. Could be a reversal here. Be careful, David Stratton.
Gone up a cog.
It has, he's got the free. Stratton now, 75 from goal.
No.
Poor kick, turnover.
Disgraceful
Whitford.
kick.
Gotta
Whitford
go
takes
right.
it. You've just got to hammer it, don't you, in those conditions with the breeze.
Chaos ball.
And Whitford
That's right. Dear,
takes
dear.
the mark and dub for 1FM.
Yep, centre half back Vic takes the mark. A really important moment in
Next
the
5
context
minutes
of
is
this.
massive.
Well, it is, but that
14
moment
gone.
right there in
Yeah.
the context of this competition, and as a matter of fact, as this game
Look at it
and
hold up.
competition as,
Look at it hold
as
up.
a whole, yeah, it certainly does into that win now. Whitford takes the pressure, coughs up the footy, turned over, picked up by Lyndon. Lyndon didn't really have a clear sort of an option, so he elects to go along
Yeah,
the
well
ground
done.
up the field. Well
Well
done, Jace
done.
Morgan there, but the tackle came from Smith was good. Picked up by Clark. Clark's pass was intended for Gemmell, didn't quite get to him. Dunstan did well, went out towards Rokar. Off one step, loading up with the big kick back there. And a mark
free
taken.
kick.
No, there's going to be a free kick for a push. Now, is the
Hang on,
umpire
he's
going to
playing
let
the
this go? He's playing the mark. He's waving his
We're not
hands
sure what-
both ways. Not 100% sure what's going on. That's okay.
I think he paid the push.
But then why was the arms going left and right? We're not
So
sure.
Lockie Smith loads up, goes inside 50. Big fist from Teddy Linden. Ash Holland's there. Rokar does really well, rides the tackle, then gets the hands almost
Nothing.
a Groundhog Day, picked up by Clark once again. This time he lowers the eyes, goes short, and will find Brad Edwards.
Edwards squares it to Whitford, 55 from goal. He just monitors things and then chips it to the hot spot. Here's a chance. Beautiful work there. Gemmell almost. Good defensive work. Dogood's there as well, as is Shannon. He gathers it now. Got tackled. Dogood there deep in that dark zone back pocket here at Mooroopna. Handball over the top. Batty Shannon. Beautiful glide of the footy. Look at him go. Gets it to Big Ash Holland. You've got to move it on, Ash.
He does.
Here's a chance to Rokar. They've got numbers on here. He'll go the old 1-2. This is the interesting kick now. Jace Morgan leads Luke Smith. It's a real battle, this one. Morgan gathers it. Goes to the wing. That kick was really good. His last couple of 50-50s, Jason Morgan, has been superb. Brett Tho's going to get it. He's going to take them on. Stratton got it on the shoulder. Was able to tap it forward to Rokar. Really hot footy. They've got runners though. Big boy Sammy Dunstan. Long ball. Might be a free off
Downfield.
the ball.
It'll be downfield.
Interesting. We're going to wait for it. Might be against Brad Edwards. A
Yeah.
little bit of undisciplined stuff creeping
The
in.
umpires are starting to take control.
Now what's going to happen here?
Yeah,
Where
well,
is the Sharon
there
going to
should-
lie
there
at the
should
end of
have
this?
been.
The tackle just was held on to for too long. Was not in possession, and he just sort of half got dumped after it. Now the umpire's trying to figure out where the free kick's going to go.
It'll
But
be
the
in front of-
advantage was there anyway.
It'll be in front of us because the whistle was blown before the play, before whoever it was kicked it.
Dunstan.
Dunstan, thank you.
It's Mitch Brett who has the footy. He goes short. And Bradrick, it almost hit him in the
Boyd.
face.
Boyd.
It's Boyd, thank you very much. Picked up by Stratton. Stratton out to Davies. Now that's a better ball in. That's harder to defend.
Free kick,
and that's
Ky.
going to be a free kick. Matt Brett went the big fly over
Silly.
the top. It was silly and got absolute donuts. Free kick goes to Liam Barrett, who's maybe not had the highest stats for the
No,
night.
he's
But I'll
held his
tell
end
you
of the
what,
bargain.
geez, he's been good, hasn't he?
He certainly has. Now Barrett will come to the commentary side. Now there's 3 or 4 Ky players on a 2 and Morgan. He wins the raffle. Any one of them could have got it. Morgan
7
puts the
touches
hands
this
up.
quarter.
Yeah, he's been
Morgan.
fantastic.
Lockie
He's really
Smith.
lifted.
Leader.
Very tough indeed. The kick now to Burston.
Big Bill.
Good pressure by Ash Holland. And the ball goes, ricochets over the line and out of bounds. So just a score check as we've crossed, is that 11?
17.
17?
Minutes. 17 and a quarter minutes.
17 minutes. 9-6-60 the Bears. Kyabram 12-9-81. It's going to happen to Shepparton.
7.
Yeah, it's got to happen in the next couple of minutes. They've got to get a move on.
Yeah, it's certainly doable. 4 goals in 7 minutes. Definitely under
big
the Lee
turnover.
Matthews rule, as we like to say in footy. Oh, well done there, Ben Davies. He's really found it hard to sort of break the lines tonight. Which
How do you
is,
get rid of that?
Yeah, well, Axel Childs there is dumped. This is a hot piece of play both ways. Important moment here. Dunstan charging
Again,
the
how do you
footy
get rid of
really
that?
hard. Well, not quite sure, MVD. We won't umpire it from up in the box, though. Picked up by Linden. He's barrels one about 75 metres. It ends up inside 50. Here's a moment now for Smith. Smith hangs on, feigns around one, dodges another, kicks it up 1-in-1. Bradrick, can he take the mark? No, he can't. Comes to full forward. Wong, he's hardly touched it all night. He's been worn like a glove, and that remains to be the case in this bit of play by Liam Barrett. He can't, well, you know,
he's under the pump then, but
have a look at the defence that you're up against.
True.
Inside 50s this quarter, with thanks to AJ's 10-6. Shepp's way.
15 out from the Bears' goal. They snag one here and they're right in the game. Boyd gets the tap. Barrett bends down, picks it up. Here's an opportunity. Smith round the corner. No, just the one behind. Would have been handy if he snagged that one.
Oh, it would have been.
9-7-61. Back to 20 points.
Smith up to 8 touches this quarter.
Probably about 6 to go. But really needed that one, Shep.
Yeah, and they needed to win the quarter, irrespective of the outcome. We know that they'll live to fight another day. They've got the double chance, but you know, they learn from this. They get the confidence to know that if they get the game on their terms and they're able to move the ball quickly, that they are able to score against Kyabram. Tom Holman takes a really good mark on the half-back flank in front of the Parsons Pavilion. A high up and under kick. Well done, Teddy Linden charges it really hard, he did. And he attacked it like he wanted it as well. He kicks it up to full forward.
Smith.
Wong, Smith out wide. The footy
just needed to sit up for him.
Bounces end on end, and it didn't quite give him the lucky bounce that he needed. Diggy, you're right.
The only
went
thing
over
with
the line.
Shepparton losing tonight is they're going to have to do things the hard way. They're going to have to beat Rochester or
Euroa.
Or Euroa. Sorry, I hadn't finished.
Yep, sorry.
And then again in a prelim. Snap round the corner here. Boyd smothered. Close to the boundary line. It'll trickle over. And what I'm saying is they'll have to beat the winner of tomorrow.
Yep.
And then go again in the prelim and then have a crack at Kyabram. So Ky get a chance to rest up.
That's if they win next week.
True.
Yes.
True. Maybe
Been
I'm
a long
preempting
day.
things.
You might be, Digger, and I don't blame you. It's been a massive day.
Well, when a team's won 40 in a row, it's
No,
fair to say
exactly.
they'll win next week.
Yeah, they're a fair chance, but you saw Seymour today in that third quarter at their very best.
True.
Well,
And they've got some big bodies, haven't they?
Where will that game be played? This game's not over, of course, but where does that game get played?
Which one?
At Rochester?
The game to
On
get into
Saturday?
the grand final.
I would think that it's either Rochester or Euroa. We know
Holland
that.
gets it down. Stretton needs to kick this
He
one,
has.
and he does! Oh, big goal. Dave Stretton out of absolutely nowhere. Forget about next week, because this game's not over by a stretch. Goodness me, what a
Stretton.
fantastic goal by Stretton. That's goal number 2
And
for
back
him.
to 14 points, ladies and gents.
And probably 5 left, I reckon. Final
Big clearance coming
next
up.
week. Rochester has the
Euroa.
final in Euroa on the Sunday.
So we're not sure as to
Which
what
game
has
gets
what.
played when.
No,
You would
Yeah,
think
you would
fair
think
goal, Stretton.
that it would be a 7-day break.
you would
wouldn't you?
think so.
So you would expect that the winner of this game here will be playing next Saturday. The ball's back in the middle of the ground. Reeves smashes it forward now and picked up by Brett. Brett handballs it back there. That might be the 5-minute warning that we're hearing going off. I don't know. Things are beeping in the timekeeper's box. It's going crazy in there. Picked up by Holman. Holman disses it out wide towards Hayes. Hayes gets a big bill. Really good contested mark there.
It's fair to say it's been a pretty long evening.
Yeah.
So first, not blaming anyone, but goodness me, the beepers are going off. Who knows what's going on in there? Holman.
Yeah.
And that one's against Shannon. It'll be a
And you
know
50
what?
metre to Holman.
Next week.
And now I reckon she's over.
Yeah, well, this ends up being,
Was it there? 50?
should probably be a
same
certain
as
goal.
the
We've
other
got
one.
4
Yeah,
minutes
yeah.
left to go. We're just being told. Sorry, Hollywood.
We don't want to play Rochi at home. It's as simple as that for the Bears. Dub.
Fair call.
Well,
Fair call.
that's what it will
Got to
be.
win tomorrow, of course.
on
But
next Sunday, if they win,
Yeah.
they
Next
get a
Saturday.
home final.
correct.
Next Saturday's at Rochi.
Okay, well, it'll be, I'm
Well, let's
almost
forget it.
certain, it would have to be, wouldn't it?
Well, we'll find out.
We'll
but
find
Tommy
out.
Holman's got the
Holman must kick.
kick. 15 out. Little bit of an angle. And
no.
he sprayed it to the right.
Well,
Their only
shanked it.
score of the quarter is a point. 12-8-82 Kyabram.
It's Stevie.
10-7-67, back to 15 points.
Stevie.
No mucking around from the Bears. A long roost. But Lockie Smith, how many times does he do it? You've got to get him away from the Sherrin. Not sure how you do it. To Hayes on the commentary side,
Bring him
centre
up
wing.
here. Bring him up here. Let him watch the game.
Goodness me.
That'll do
Hayes drives the ball to the forward pocket, just looking to kill some time. Gemmell, lovely mark out in front. And that's exactly what the Ky Bombers are doing. Very experienced, just killing the clock where they need to. Long ball to the goal square. Ash Holland's got his eyes on it, over the back. Now Dogood.
3:15 to go.
Out to the back pocket. And good play there by
Sheldon.
Might have been Sheldon. Yeah, to Coolstock. Forward pocket, and there he is again.
This could be-
Is it that man? It is. Lockie Smith now, even in the forward line, turning it on. Wherever he goes, he just is like a magnet.
Great hands.
Clunks the foot in. He has a chance to snag one, Kyle.
Yep. His hands are as good as we've
Vice
seen.
like.
Yeah, in this comp. And he's a good goal
synchronism
kicker.
there.
He can kick a goal
Sync.
too. What's that, Dig?
No, me and Michael said vice-like at the same time.
In sync. One of the bands of all time, Dub's favourites.
Kick on its way. It has to be pretty good. It's not good. Is it good enough to score? Just sneaks in for a minor. So they'll need to roll the dice here. So Kyabram set up. There's 2 minutes left to go. And it's starting to get beyond that 2.5, we're being told. That's mathematical equation that Lee Matthews came up with. It's the big barrel once again. A hard one to mark there. Holland charged at it, but it was picked off by Holman. Holman
There
gets
it
it in
is.
towards Weirden. Weirden to Ogden. Ogden finishes it. And that's it for Kyabram. They get themselves in to a match with destiny to play Seymour next week. We've been arguing all bloody quarter whether or not it's going to be on the Saturday or the Sunday.
Only you
Can
have.
somebody tell us? Goodness gracious me.
Oh. Well, for
I'll
Shep's
check
sake,
my phone. Maybe
That poor kid
Snagger
sitting
or
down there at the moment.
someone
is
from
just
the
looking
league
at
is
just
texting
going
us
on.
through.
Just
As,
looking at you going,
As the
what's
Seymour
going on?
coach, Brent Colbert, just
oh,
walks
he's up and
past.
about. He won't be playing next week.
You wouldn't have thought.
But that's the equation. The ball back in the middle of the ground as Ogden, who just put the final nail in the Shepparton Bears coffin, who've been really good this last quarter. They've thrown everything at Ky. Well done, Lockie Whitford. Goes back towards Gemmell. Gemmell's handball was a little bit sloppy, picked up by Reeves. Reeves by hand back to Holman. Holman at centre half forward. Charging it really hard there was Gemmell. Picked up by Weirden. Weirden's hands were really good, but it was picked off by Jonty Wardle, who's had a really good night tonight. His tackle was really hard. Check side left foot kick. This would be 8 for Mueller. Surely not. Great mark
that
taken
Dunstan?
on the last line of defence. And I reckon it was.
How good a game has he had?
He's had a
Dunstan?
ripper.
1.5 to go.
So, score check, 67 the Bears, 89 Kyabram, 22 points. They had their chances, Shep, in this quarter. Free kick,
That's
no.
50.
Let's
Yeah.
go against
Yeah,
Harry
that's
Boyd.
50.
It'll go against the Bears.
Got to be smarter.
You've got to be a bit smarter. When you hear the whistle, you
Yeah.
just got to pull it up a bit. Now, Kyabram,
Letting him know about it too.
Boys, can I
Certainly
just
are.
mention something here? When Liam Ogden kicked that goal, you just saw
Yeah.
the Kyabram bench just erupt.
Erupt.
Yeah.
They knew right then and there what that meant.
well, they probably
They
knew it was
really
over,
did.
but that was just the finishing.
Oh, you start getting a little bit nervous.
Certainly.
I mean, it got back to, what was it, 14 points?
Yep.
So it wasn't.
And a couple of those efforts in, if that ball sits up for Luke Smith,
That's
he
right.
gets one, all of a sudden it's 8 points.
Lockie
Exactly.
Smith, Cotton Wool got the robe on. He's done for the day.
Jakey
pretty
Reeves
happy.
will line it up, 20 out to finish this one and put it to bed. And he hits it to the left and through for a minor.
Yeah, he's
13-12, 90.
He has played an
Kyabram.
absolute ripper.
Colossus.
Yeah.
10-7, 67 the Bears.
And I tell you who else, boys, Jace Morgan. When
In
it's
this
really
quarter.
mattered, it's down to just 1 minute left to go. Oh, gee, Teddy Linden
Here's a
had
go.
it all to do here. Liam Ogden,
He'll kick
he
to
just
a
kicked
minute.
the goal. Can he kick the second? Yes, he can. And Paul Newman pulls out the Doublé Cobras and just pumps them up. He is absolutely ecstatic. And why wouldn't you be? That is going to be a record-breaking 40 straight. If it's not the record broken, it's being absolutely obliterated by a side in country football
Not
who
in our
really has,
lifetime.
No,
not
we
in our
won't see it
lifetime,
again.
has
We won't see it
created
again.
an amazing dynasty here. How far can they go, Kyabram? Can they go all the way again this year? Well, the bookmakers think they can. Hashtag gamble responsibly. They're $1.50. They'll shorten up
Allen.
after tonight.
Out of the middle, long ball to full forward. Bradrick flies. Snap round the corner. Wong has kicked
Missed.
a behind. So he goes goalless today,
There's an injury.
James Wong.
Who sung that song,
it's not.
Neighbours? The theme song to Neighbours?
Not sure. 10-8-68.
Midnight Oil.
No.
Joe Cocker.
Where
No,
are we at?
not Joe
Peter
Cocker.
Garrett next to me.
Barry Crocker.
Barry
Oh,
Crocker.
that's right.
Jimmy Wong's night.
6-1
Yeah.
half dozen another. At this point in time, what is it?
Wrap this evening.
9:30.
Joe Cocker.
Fair
No,
dinkum.
that's what I've come up with last time. No, it was Barry Crocker. We sorted that. Now, that was at Mooroopna, wasn't it?
I'm delirious at the
Yeah,
minute.
you would be.
2 games of footy.
Score
I'm cooked.
update, please.
68 the Bears, 96 Kyabram. So what's that, 28 points?
Ball inside their forward 50 now as the dying moments of this game tick away here. 20 seconds left to go.
Finally, we
It
heard
is
the man to
all
our
over.
left.
Yes, we did. As Shepparton threw everything, including the kitchen sink, at Ky Bombers. We knew that they would, but the third quarter was just champagne footy from this champion outfit as the Sharon goes out of bounds on the far side
There it
of
is.
the Mooroopna
There it is.
Recreation Reserve. And the Ky Footy Club once again get the job done and move on to a date with destiny. Next weekend we'll run with that. They will play the Seymour Lions, where the rights will be on offer for a place in the last day in September on a Sunday at Deakin Reserve, the 2017 Go TAFE Goulburn Valley Football League